Timberwolves at 8 o'clock. Pacer forward Isaiah Jackson missed all of last season with an injury, and he's getting back into the swing of things.
I think just getting back into it, just learning the plays, learning reads and stuff. I think that's the main challenge right now, but playing with those guys, it's pretty simple, pretty easy.
In July, Jackson re-signed with the Pacers on a 3-year, $21 million contract. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 317-660-0929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Afternoon traffic on WIBC. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, John, on the east side, Ram closed westbound 72, southbound 465. It's been closed since this morning, and this is because of a crash. And no timetable on when that's going to reopen. Cleanup continues. Northeast side, eastbound 465 before Allisonville Road. Crash blocking the right lane. 12-minute delay back to Westfield Boulevard. Southbound 6570 stop and go from the north split down to the south split. That is construction. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Shop the 95th anniversary sale at Grand Appliance to save on top brands like GE, Cafe, and more. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom for details. That's grandappliance.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
Rain comes to an end later this evening. We'll look for those clouds to decrease. It'll turn on the cooler side with lows near 50. Sunny skies, beautiful on Wednesday with highs near 70. I'm Wish TV Storm Tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
It's Terry Stacy, and not too many locally owned businesses in central Indiana have been around 80 years. But Cardwell Do It Best on the south side has stood the test of time. Congratulations to Jeff Cardwell and Cardwell Do It Best, recently named 2025 Member of the Year by Do It Best. Autumn brings about whole new to-do lists, and Cardwell Do It Best has everything you need and even stuff you didn't know you needed, like extra keys. They make keys, including programmable keys and key fobs. Cardwell is your discount roofing headquarters, featuring dimensional roofing as low as $21 per bundle. And for the yard, find a full line of trusted lawn and garden products and Milwaukee M18 Fuel cordless power tools. Come celebrate 80 years strong at Cardwell Do It Best. Locally owned, community trusted, and always ready to help you do it best. 3205 Madison Avenue. Shop online where you'll find over 67,000 products with free shipping at CardwellHomeCenter.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Is the Mark Sanchez story still... I mean, that's the number one story here locally in Indianapolis, right?
Yes.
Mark Sanchez, former quarterback USC, most famous for the blooper butt fumble when he was with the New York Jets. He was a Fox analyst, was here in town, and wound up getting stabbed and arrested all in the same night. That's a bad night.
That's a bad night. And it's also a bad nickname to have if you go to jail or prison. Butt fumble.
I didn't think about it that way.
Listen, I've always seen what happens, behind those closed doors on movies and TV shows, but I would not want to have the nickname butt fumble if I were going to prison. I'm just saying. Mark Sanchez waived his 8:30 hearing today, still recovering in the hospital. So he waived that 8:30 hearing, entered a plea of not guilty. Pre-trial hearing for his next and first real court date is November 4th. So that's the latest here, but it feels like the next couple of days, Nige, and I was talking about this with Kendall and Casey earlier when I jumped on with them. I'm hoping we start getting a little bit more information because there's a lot of people that know what happened that night. And to keep it a secret for this long, in this day and age of technology and social media and leaks, I don't think it's possible. So I think in the next couple of days, either more video is going to be released.
That's what we want, more of it. That's what I'm looking for, at least.
Right.
What are you looking for?
I want to find out why Mark Sanchez was in the alley. To me, that's a big question here.
Somebody said they saw him doing wind sprints.
Right. What the hell's going on?
Yeah,
was he
warming
whacked out of his mind? Was he hammered, drunk, or on something? Was he just lost and wandering around? Or did he go down there intentionally? Was he looking for a hooker? Was he looking for drugs? We don't know. But I wish somebody would have asked that question yesterday at the press conference, where we didn't get a lot of information. But they did have a few reporters shout out questions at the very end. Yeah. And one of them was wasted on Russ McQuaid and an anti-gun thing. And I heard you guys talking about it yesterday.
About that.
Who gives a damn? Nobody was shot here. Stop being an activist.
Given this constitutional carry, are you surprised they didn't shoot him?
I'm surprised everybody wasn't shot in the face. Go take your fedora and go sit in the corner and spin around for a little bit, Russ. Ask a real question. Why was he in the alley? Does anybody have any sort of leads as to why Mark Sanchez was there?
What kind of intoxicants was he on? I mean, he's charged with public intoxication.
Right.
Where was he drinking? Where had he been spending the night?
And why did the parked car bug him out so much?
Yeah.
All of these questions that we're just spitballing off the top of our heads here would have been better served being asked yesterday instead of, in this state of nothing but Yosemite Sam rednecks and constitutional carry. Russ McQuaid. What a wasted moment. Wasted absolute moment yesterday. And listen, people are still talking about the deleted tweets. Look, there's a lot of layers to this story. I get it. And it's a fascinating story for a number of different reasons. But I wish people were as passionate about the safety of this city as they are, oh my God, Braun and Beckwith deleted a tweet.
Those deleted tweets don't negate the fact that this city can still be dangerous at 12 o'clock with stabbings.
Right.
All right? They got it wrong that time. But I do love how, Ryan Mears, the prosecutor, tried to call Braun out.
Right.
Did you see Braun's response?
Right. If it takes a deleted tweet for you to address it, maybe we'll delete a few more. And the governor is coming in here tomorrow. He's got a scheduled in-studio appearance with us tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll talk about the deleted tweets. We'll talk about whether he would entertain the idea of National Guard cleaning up parts of Indianapolis like we're seeing other places. He's scheduled to join us right around 4:15 p.m. tomorrow.
You think we're National Guard worthy compared to places like Portland, though?
Nigel, our homicide rate is higher than Chicago's.
Yeah.
I hate to be Debbie Downer. Once you factor in the
like
population difference, it's higher than Chicago's. And these street takeovers where there's really not enough IMPD officers to screw with these morons, people are bringing horses, to these street takeovers. That's where you need a little bit extra manpower. And maybe that's something to be considered. Also, last night, Indy Council passed a $1.7 billion budget. Things got a little heated in the council, but IMPD, they got a 3% increase in their budget. This includes funding for new license plate readers and more. Now, IMPD would argue that you look at the current state of the city, they're only 21% of the overall Indy budget. You know, I get you've got to have things for other areas, but only 21% when, again, you've got a higher homicide rate per capita than Chicago. Is it enough?
And then Democrats cutting off debate with Republicans, basically silencing them.
Correct.
Pissed them off pretty much. Pretty good.
Beach Grove, in my old stomping grounds last night, they got just enough votes with a tie-breaking vote from the Democrat mayor, Mayor Kaufman, to move forward with a final proposed budget on October 20th. So there was questions or not whether they were going to have enough money to give police the money that they need. And FOP president, friend of the show, Rick Snyder, he was there last night speaking very passionately at that meeting. But what you're seeing, and this is where I don't know who these advisors are that are talking to these people, blaming SB1 as why, well, we can't do this because of SB1 is not going to win you support with the public. Okay? Beach Grove's pulling this crap.
The property tax thing?
Yes, because there's not as much property tax revenue. Even though it was very, very small and a complete disappointment, well, what do you expect us to do now? Cities are acting like they're going to shut down because people are getting just a little bit back on SB1. No, bite me. Cities, governments, understand this. We, as a public, we have to make budgets. We have to make cuts if things get tight. You're no different. And look, don't be blaming people wanting property tax relief because you've overspent for all of these years, and now you're throwing your hands up like, well, what do you want us to do? Nudge, if you are looking for a reason to drink tonight.
I'm sticking with Mountain Dew tonight.
Okay. It's National Taco Night.
Oh, maybe not.
Put a little tequila in that.
Oh,
you've got nectar of the gods, my friend.
Nectar of the gods. I forgot.
National Taco Day.
Well, you just changed my mind, bud.
Maybe bring a round of margaritas in here later on. Have with the tacos. Great moments in taco history. This is where the good doctor Jill Biden, former First Lady, compared Latino voters to breakfast tacos.
As distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio, is your strength.
Boy, nobody has more folksy racism than the Bidens, right?
And what's lost in there as well, the word she was looking for was bodegas. Did you catch that? The Bogotas of the Bronx. That's lost in there as well.
But if you're a Biden and you're folksy, they allow the racism. Great moments in taco history. This is where a popular Taco Bell location in Alabama burned to the ground, and a news team, local news team, videotaped a bunch of people having a candlelight vigil.
We're just out here giving remembrance. I mean, I think it was the best Taco Bell in Montgomery. I can't eat here.
I felt like I lost a family member.
Well, I'm hoping we get closure tonight and we can move on to the next cause. But we're here supporting Taco Bell tonight, and that's what's important.
I'm hurt. My feelings are hurt. I got to go all the way to Perry Hill to get some Taco Bell. Hurts my feelings.
And last but not least, great moments in taco history. Back before he became just a crotchety old leftist, nobody did late night comedy better than David Letterman, and this is when he ran the drive-thru at Taco Bell.
Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. What do you want?
Hi, can I have a kid's meal with a soft taco?
Are you Mexican?
No, I'm not.
If you're Mexican, the meal's half off. All right, no, slow down, ma'am. I am very, very tired. I am just getting over the worst case of stomach flu I've ever had.
You sound familiar.
I'm the manager, Kenny.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
We'll get your food. You'll be on your way.
Are you Howard Stern?
National Taco Day. Great moments in taco history. Matt Bear standing by with a look at the roads.
It's ramp closed. It's westbound 72, southbound 465 closed because of a crash. Also continuing on westbound 70, that's a crash between Shadeland and Arlington, blocking the right lane. Slow down back to the 465 ramps. North side, eastbound 465 before Allisonville Road, crash. Right lane closed. Traffic slow back to Westfield Boulevard. And then southbound 6570 slow from Washington down to the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy? Bunton is back with even more easy. Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Go back to Mark Sanchez for just a moment.
Yeah.
Do you think I should try to put a patent on the phrase cut fumble? Do you think somebody's already got it, or should I jump on that right now?
There's nothing wrong with giving it a good college try, for sure.
Cut fumble. I think I'm going to try it. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can make some T-shirts. I don't know. Right now, we got some gray skies, like sun peeking through a little bit, but kind of overcast. 74 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. All right, remember last week, Nigel, we were talking about the cheesemonger from Wisconsin?
I remember that story. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
We didn't either, until Kroger reached out to me and said, I've got a cheesemonger. Would you like to have a cheesemonger on? And I said, hell yes, I want to have a cheesemonger on.
We've got a cheesemonger coming up next?
Coming up next, the official Kroger cheesemonger. Aaron is his name. He's going to tell us how one becomes a monger. Next.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Hammer and Nigel show, we don't use anything other than American Standard heating and air equipment because American Standard heating and air built to a higher standard. It's as simple as that. There are tons of great local independent American Standard dealers right here in Central Indy.
How about Family Heating and Air, the Morris family and their staff ready to hook you up this fall. You could call Rachel, Marcus, or Malia today to make sure your system is ready for the fall weather ahead. Family Heating and Air always encourages you to call them for a free second opinion. If you've already got a quote from another heating and air company and feel something isn't right, call Family, because nobody takes care of you like Family. I've called Family before. I talked to Malia. Great customer service. 317-577-8077. 317-577-8077. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Kids back in school and out of your hair? Now it's time to take care of yours. Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has an offer that will help give you the softest hair, skin, and nails, plus give life to your appliances and fixtures. Yes, we're talking about water softeners. For the month of September, Hope will give you $500 off the purchase of a water softener plus carbon filter. So give yourself the gift of soft water and call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today.
Today.
Let's go.
you're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
Are you ready to get your monger on?
Let's go get my monger on.
Get our monger on.
What was the story we were talking about the other day? I forget what it had to do with.
There was a cheesemonger in Wisconsin that was getting into shenanigans.
Right.
And
got into some trouble or something.
we kind of got sidetracked on thinking, how does one become a cheesemonger?
And what is a cheesemonger?
Well, why don't we ask our guest, Aaron is here, Aaron Bronson, cheesemonger of Kroger. Aaron, how are you, my friend?
I'm outstanding. How about you?
Our very own
right
local cheesemonger.
Yes.
Wow.
So, first of all, $1 million question, and I see you brought samples, which we're excited about. But how does one become a cheesemonger?
It starts with a love for cheese.
I was going to say,
fair enough.
Imagine loving cheese to the point of it's a career choice.
Like, what if it's just a job, though? Like, because we hear that dude from the Nuggets, like Joker, Nikola Jokic, doesn't even like basketball, but he does it because he's good at it. It's a job. Like, I didn't know if that was like your role as being the cheesemonger.
A little bit. It is not for the lactose intolerant. I will tell you that. So
Got it.
You start there. You love cheese, and that's kind of what leads everybody into it is, man, this tastes great. How can I learn more about this? How do I pair this? What does it go with? What wine do I put it with? And it opens a whole door into food.
That's fascinating. So when you walk into a room and like people are doing like the charcuterie boards and they've got cheese samples, whatever, like you feel like you're the Tom Brady of that room, right? Like all eyes go to you. You're in charge. You're the one that's in charge of everything at that point, right?
A little bit, yes. A certified cheese professional.
How did you obtain that title?
It is a test given out by the American Cheese Society, and you have to have a minimum of 2,000 hours in the cheese business, and then it is a extensive research project and then testing at the end. And the test is put together by the same organization that does the bar exam.
Get out of here.
Yeah. No pressure.
Wow.
No pressure at all there, yeah.
So it's like harder to become a cheesemonger than it is maybe to become a surgeon.
Perhaps
that's what I'm understanding.
There are less of us.
That is amazing. What are some types of questions that would be on this test? Like, just so our audience can understand.
Well, how about lactation cycles of goats? That's a big one. You got to know your
Allison
lactation
and I were just talking about that during commercial break.
It's
What a
coincidence.
coincidence.
Yes. All over TikTok, you name it, lactation cycles for goats. But it kind of deep dives into, you got to know the animals, you got to know how cheese is made, the history of cheese, how cheese started, what you pair it with, how it's made, how it's imported. Lots of different pieces go into it.
So once you become cheesemongering, you've taken the test and all that, where do you go then? Like, do people reach out to you? Like, how did you end up with Kroger? Who made the first phone call? Who made the first move here?
Well, actually, I started with Kroger and then fell in love with food and then eventually cheese. And Kroger kind of fostered that relationship and helped put me in touch with the right people to get educated about cheese.
The Kroger in Boone Village is like just this whole gigantic section of nothing but cheeses.
Absolutely.
And people, like, you've got your own, it's like the deli except for cheese.
Absolutely. So our Murray's Cheese Shop in about 40 locations throughout our central division, which is Illinois, Indiana. We have red jacket cheesemongers behind the counter that have been through extensive cheese training.
Is that how we know who's for real? It's
That's
the red
how
jacket?
it's the red jacket. That's
so it's kind of like the
telltale.
Masters. If you got a green jacket on, you've won the thing.
Yes.
If you've got a red jacket on, you're a monger.
You know your cheese if you're in red. That's it.
This is fascinating. I never knew there was so much behind-the-scenes stuff to go into being a cheese expert
Is there such a thing called a whiskey monger?
I'm sure that's out there too. I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Nige, good luck on that test. We'll be rooting for you. What are some of the samples you brought for us here?
Well, I brought a few different ones. I brought actually a bourbon-soaked cheese for us today.
Nige, we got a ball game.
Got a ball game here.
Got a ball game.
All right.
And what is a bourbon-soaked cheese? Walk me through that.
So what we have here is our bourbon Bellavitano, and it's made by Sartori Cheese Company out of Plymouth, Wisconsin. And this is a cross between like a cheddar and a Parmesan, and then it is soaked in bourbon, aged for a little bit, and it is crumbly. It pairs with anything, especially bourbon.
Which one is
That's going to be this one right here.
When Nigel gets real drunk, that's his alias, Bourbon Barbitano.
This one right here?
That's the one.
All right. And should I dip it in something?
You can a little bit of apple butter right there.
Nice.
And
Just
that'll
throw me
take
a
it
piece.
over the top.
Let cheese fly. Throw me a piece.
There you go.
Here we go.
Oh man, it's incredible.
That's wonderful
so
stuff. Do you get those little crunchy bites in there? Those are called tyrosine crystals. Those are in aged cheeses. They add that little bit of pop, a little bit of crunchy texture inside there, a little bit of sweetness there too, right? You're getting that sweet, that salty, and then just that hint of the bourbon. It's not overpowering.
Okay, so let's say that my better half, the lovely crazy coupon lady Crystal Hammer, is getting on my nerves, and I want to go home and I want to let a fart fly that just poisons the room. What's the go-to cheese for that, Aaron?
The go-to cheese for that, I'm going to tell you, it's still in that Bellavitano family, the Merlot Bellavitano. I brought 2 boozy cheeses today.
Okay.
So the next one over here, that bright purple rind on it, is Merlot Bellavitano.
All right, here you go, Hammer.
Bring it.
Go.
Got it.
That one with a nice red wine, a few grapes.
What about a warm, Budweiser and a PBR? what go good with that?
You know what? That
You got listed in Beach Grove in a row
Bellavitano is
here,
going to
Aaron.
go with anything. Yeah, that's kind of like the everyman's cheese. It's got some sophistication to it, but it's not intimidating, and it's just good. It's just good.
I'll tell you what, Matt, this has been super fascinating here. Like, how can we find your store? Where are you at?
Yeah,
if people want to buy some cheese from you, from the monger, from the Hammer and Nigel show, where can they find
the
you?
official Hammer and Nigel show monger?
Yes.
Well, I'm at all stores, so look for somebody in a red jacket behind that Murray's cheese counter. I interact with all the stores at different times, different places. Everybody in that red jacket's been through that phenomenal red jacket Murray's cheese training, and we all know the same thing, and we're going to put you with the best cheese in your cart.
And if they are not wearing a red jacket and they're trying to talk cheese to me, I can say, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Stolen monger valor.
Yeah,
right.
that's
We will
it.
not participate with stolen monger valor. Aaron, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Aaron from Kroger, the cheesemonger. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Fall in Indiana is prep season, the smart time to get your home ready before the temperatures drop and the snow gets here. Because here's the truth. Roof, siding, gutter, and window problems don't fix themselves. One missing shingle turns into a bad leak. Clogged gutters lead to ice dams. And drafty siding or bad insulation means sky-high heating bills all winter long. That's why you need Moss Roofing. Family owned right here in Indiana for over 30 years, Moss Roofing gives you a free, no-obligation inspection. They'll spot problems now, before the cold settles in, so you're not scrambling in January. And here's a bonus. Thanks to new energy tax credits and Indiana Energy Saver rebates, you could save big on insulation and efficiency upgrades. That's money back in your pocket while protecting your home. So don't wait. Call Moss Roofing today at 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665 or online at mossroofing.com. Get your home winter ready this fall with people you can trust. mossroofing.com every shingle time.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They're from Texas, but they're in the Windy City. The rain from earlier today has moved out. It's mostly cloudy and 74 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm John Herrick, and this report is brought to you by Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 3:30. Texas National Guard members have been deployed to Chicago as part of President Trump's crackdown on crime in Democrat-led cities. Texas's Governor Greg Abbott spoke about that on Fox's America Reports today.
Both the mayor and the governor of Illinois need to own up to the fact that they are not doing their jobs to maintain the safety and security of federal officials who are required to enforce federal law in their city and in their state.
A federal judge recently issued a ruling that blocked that blocked deployment of National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon, and the White House has moved to appeal that ruling. The government shutdown has been going on for a week, which is a big reason why the Hollywood Burbank Airport was left unstaffed for several hours on Monday.
They are monitoring both sick calls as well as shortages at every airport and then slowing down traffic both inbound and outbound as necessary. Now, a lot of people may have thought, with the shutdown, no impact directly on them. Well, if you're flying or you have a loved one who is, they need a federal air traffic controller in the tower to get them in the air or down. And as we found out here, that's no guarantee during the shutdown, right? Traffic controllers are considered essential government employees. They're supposed to keep working without pay, and yet one way to protest without losing your job is to call in sick.
That's Fox's William Lajeunesse reporting. While at a meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney at the White House today, President Trump said the Democrats are the ones to blame for the shutdown.
And I really think that these are people that I think they have nothing to lose. They have a party that's out of control. They have no leader. Nobody knows who the leader is.
Democrats say they will not support the government funding legislation unless it extends health care subsidies from the Affordable Care Act that are set to expire. A new report suggests half of America's sandy beaches will be gone by the end of the century. The Surfrider Foundation's 2025 State of the Beach report says California beaches will be harder hit, with 70% disappearing by 2100 due to climate-driven rising sea levels. They say climate change is intensifying the process. The Cincinnati Bengals have traded for Cleveland Browns veteran quarterback Joe Flacco. Cincinnati is sending a 2026 fifth-round pick to Cleveland in return for Flacco and a 2026 sixth-round pick. The Browns will roll with rookie Dylan Gabriel, who started his first career game on Sunday. It's 3:33, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Fall is in the air, and that means winter weather is right around the corner, and AAA Hoosier Motor Club wants to help make sure your car is ready. I remember dead winter, freezing cold parking garage down here at work. My battery just died. Within 40 minutes, AAA came by, put in a brand new battery, and had me on my way. AAA is hosting a free winter car check event Thursday, October 9th from 11 to 2 behind the Fashion Mall. Experienced technicians will check your lights, wipers, fluids, battery, and even more. It's free to anyone, and you don't have to register in advance. You got to love AAA.
Like their legendary emergency roadside assistance, flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas, lock your keys in the car, you name it, AAA is there for you 24/7, 365 days a year. I'm a member. You should be a member. Visit AAA.com. 844-GO, AAA GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
With traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, on the east side, that ramp is still closed. The exit from westbound 72, southbound 465. It's because of a crash this morning involving a jackknife semi-truck into the overpass wall. We had debris on I-70. Maintenance is out there, meaning it could be a minute. There's no timetable right now when the ramp will reopen. We will update you here and at Matt in traffic. Looking at 10th at Lyndhurst, that's a crash. 10th to the east of Lyndhurst at Girard Drive. Also, eastbound 465 on the northeast side, crash before Allisonville Road, right lane blocked slow to Westfield Boulevard and a 10-minute delay. Westbound 70 crash after Shadeland, right lane blocked, a semi versus a car, and traffic slow back to the 465 ramps. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Rain comes to an end later this evening. We'll look for those clouds to decrease. It'll turn on the cooler side with lows near 50. Sunny skies, beautiful on Wednesday with highs near 70. I'm Wish TV storm tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. and how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
All my neighbors are jealous of my Galaxy concrete coating on my garage floor. They the first question was, did they use epoxy? And I'm like, no. Galaxy concrete coatings, they don't use epoxy. That's like the old stuff. They use polyurea, which is the new premium standard for coatings. And they worked a miracle with my garage floor. It looks totally different. My garage floor before Galaxy came in was uneven and stained and chipped away. It's just dirty. And now it's totally something beautiful. 4 times stronger, easy to clean. Galaxy Concrete Coatings could do your garage, your basement, pool deck, any indoor-outdoor area concrete. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com or call them 751-9070.
No free lunch. Are you prepared? Do you have a plan? Who can you trust?
You can trust the NFCC, the nation's largest nonprofit network of credit counseling and financial education organizations. Our certified professionals will help you learn basic financial skills and give you the tools to meet financial challenges with confidence. Come learn with us at nfcc.org.
It's your money. Get smart about it.
A public service from the NFCC.
Can't stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop, chop, it says I'm gonna win big.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Trump's crime crackdown. Pretty successful. Like what? Almost 3,900 arrests in D.C., 273 in Memphis so far.
And Memphis just got rolling. I mean, D.C. was the first one. And I'll never forget the reaction from Instagram and TikTok. People who are not diehard Republicans, people who don't own a MAGA hat, walking around the streets going, all right, Donald Trump, okay, we can walk around here without being mugged right now. This is awesome.
I would never walk around here at this time of night if not for Donald Trump and what he's doing.
And there were tons of those videos coming through on social media. And again, we asked this earlier in the show, but is this something that parts, not all, but parts of Indianapolis need? Because we keep hearing about these street takeovers that take place on parts of the east side, parts of the south side. The east side has been a long hot spot for crime here in Indy. Parts of downtown, too. And listen, IMPD, recruitment may be up just a little, but there's still a bunch of officers shy.
There's work to be done, for sure.
And you can't just put them all downtown or all on the east side. So you have to have more officers. How do you fix this? How do you fix Indianapolis to the point to where we do not have a higher homicide rate than Chicago once you factor in the population difference?
Maybe a few thousand National Guardsmen might do the trick.
So it takes more than just the National Guardsmen. You have to have people that are willing to prosecute these people, right? You got to find places to put them at. This is where I think Indianapolis is going to have the problem.
That's the problem.
Do you have enough federal prosecutors that you could bring into these cities to override the local moron, in this case, Ryan Mears?
I think there's only one in Indy right now so far.
So you're going to need help.
Yeah.
A big part of the success in D.C. is that they brought in Judge Janine to kind of oversee a lot of this stuff, and she was prosecuting bad guys left and right, one right after the other. In Indy, if you're waiting on Ryan Mears to do that, you better delete a tweet, because that's the only way to get his attention. So we'll see. We're going to ask the governor tomorrow when he joins us in studio if it's just an idea he would kick around. Because I'm tired of hearing the crime is down. The crime is down.
From
record levels that they were responsible for. These leaders think you're stupid. But then again, you keep electing them, so maybe you are. I don't know.
Maybe you're right.
60% of the population in Marion County put Ryan Mears back in office. So, you know what? Maybe we're the Lone Rangers here. The Treasury Department working on a special $1 coin featuring President Trump's image to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States independence next year, Nige.
Are they going to put that into circulation?
Oh, yeah. That's what they're wanting to do. It hasn't, become finalized yet, but they're working on it. One side would be like Trump's face, and on the other side, like the fist pump.
Wow. Okay.
Now, I was told we were going to get rid of a lot of coins, right? Like pennies were going away.
Hey, we don't need pennies. Who needs pennies?
And how much money are we going to spend to make the commemorative coins? I don't know. Listen, I'm a Trump guy. You know this. But there are some things that the big orange man, I think, has dropped the ball on a little bit. The Epstein stuff. And I don't necessarily think we need a coin. Just going to be honest with you.
For that Donald Trump coin collecting fan.
And I'm sure there's a bunch of
there.
them. Yes. If I had one, I'd look at it and go, oh, that's cool. And then I'd probably put it in a vending machine or something. I'd tip a waitress with it or something.
Here you go, Toots. Flip it over to her.
Flip it up to her like a 1950s gangster. Chewing on my toothpick. I think we've got a couple stories of the world in law and order that also feature Donald Trump. So to bring it all together, we need the Attorney General of Indiana, Mr. Todd Rokita.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
There's a couple people asking Donald Trump for a pardon. One of them's Diddy, or as Nigel would refer to him as Diddy.
Excuse me, Diddy? Can I have a
Sean
pick?
Diddy Combs is telling his legal team that he doesn't want to be in jail 50 months. See if the old man will spit out a pardon for me.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Who wants to be in jail for 50 months for trafficking prostitutes across the state line? I mean, I don't want to, but maybe you should have thought about that.
And how about you be grateful, because it could have been a lot worse. It should have been a lot worse. But you're famous, you've got money, and it happened in New York. So Diddy probably not going to get a pardon. I feel confident with that because Trump hasn't even talked about that. But he has talked about Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, Ghislaine Maxwell was the love interest and literal partner in crime of Jeffrey Epstein at Pedophile Island. Maxwell is trying to get her attorneys to talk pardon with her. Now, the feeling is that she'll release some sort of list in payment, like some sort of back alley deal.
I'm beginning to be, I'm starting to be convinced more and more that there is no list.
Well, she has said as much to at least one reporter.
Do we believe her?
I don't know. That's the thing. She has to remember people that were there. Now, is there a list, like a black book with people's names and phone numbers where you just open it up? Let's see, B, Baldwin. Oh, there they are. I don't think it works like that, but I bet she knows who was there.
She got like some sort of Excel spreadsheet.
Right. It's just saved on the desktop, pedo list. I don't think it works like that, but here's the problem, Nige, though. Trump was asked his thoughts on Ghislaine Maxwell wanting a pardon in exchange for some sort of cooperation. And he's kind of expressed willingness to consider it.
How so?
Saying, quote, I'm going to have to take a look at it.
I'll take wrong answers for 100, Alex.
That is a wrong answer, isn't it?
Are you considering a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell? No. The answer is no. The woman that procured the talent for Pedo Island, that befriended these young women so old, perverted billionaires could have sex with them? No, the answer is no, President Trump. Even if you are thinking about it for whatever reason, the answer is still no.
What if she says, this whole thing can come to an end? I will speak on camera. I will sing like a canary. If I'm wrong, they can sue me for libel. I'm going to name the names of all the people that went down there and did this.
Couldn't she have done that with the prosecutor and then gotten some sort of immunity?
I don't know. The Comeys are idiots.
That's true.
It was Lincoln Lyon James Comey's daughter that was the prosecutor in this that allowed all the information to be sealed up. And this is how we always know Trump's not on any sort of list. Think about the way Trump hates Comey. You don't think for a minute, just for a millisecond, that if his name was anywhere in the mix, Comey's daughter wouldn't have leaked that to her old man, especially during the election time? Come on. Don't be naive. That's how we know Trump's not involved in this stuff. But who is he covering up for? Who are all these people covering up for? Is it world leaders? Is it allies? Is it, the Pope? Hell, I have no idea. But it's clearly somebody. And that rumor's out there. I didn't make that up on my own. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, boy, the Fed just sounded the alarm. The stock market is dangerously overvalued, and if your retirement savings are tied up in the market, could be a smart time to protect and grow your savings outside Wall Street. One attractive option gives you 20% upfront bonus and a return that's averaged 10% annually for the past 10 years.
So here's the math. You invest $200,000, you get an upfront $40,000 bonus. So that's $240,000. That $240,000 could earn 10% or $24,000 in the first year. So in the first year, that original $200K could become $264,000. All you have to do is set up a meeting with Bill Demery. He'll walk you through it. Bill Demery, your retirement guy. 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Of all the times to buy new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. Owner Robert Kirby says more and more customers are looking into the advantages of mini splits as an add-on to help heat and cool smaller spaces.
Separate zones, so separate control of your temperatures. You can turn them off if you want to, or run them at a different temperature. They're ultra quiet and efficient. And you can use them in spaces where there's not always a lot of room for ductwork.
Just go to KirbyHeating.com. Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning is your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
Truck drivers, the holiday rush is here. Take advantage by becoming a Schneider driver. By driving for one of America's busiest carriers, you'll stay busy during the holiday season and throughout the new year. Plus, as a Schneider driver, you'll have access to top quality driver support and newer equipment spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Don't wait. Get a jump on 2026 by exploring jobs in your area today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. If you're living with a chronic condition like diabetes, chronic heart failure, or a cardiovascular disorder, you might count on extra support with your health care too. That's why United Healthcare offers chronic special needs plans with extra benefits and a large provider network to choose from. Visit uhc.com/Medicare to find out if you qualify today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on. Provider network may vary in local market.
Dear driver, thank you. Thank you for slowing down when you saw the orange cones and road construction signs. My husband is one of those road workers. And today, you saved his life. If you hadn't slowed down, you would have missed that lane change, driven right into the work zone, and you would have killed him. Because you were driving differently. He'll be at our son's Little League game this weekend. He'll be there to walk our daughter down the aisle. He'll be out there tomorrow, making Indiana's roads safer. Thank you.
When driving in a construction zone, be smart, be alert, be in the zone.
This is Brian Short, Business Manager for the Indiana Laborers District Council. Everyone deserves a safe place to work.
Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save lives. We're all in this together.
A message from Indiana's District Council of Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
If you're having issues with your current heating or cooling system and you don't know if you should repair it or replace it, give us a call for a free second opinion at PricePointComfort.com.
Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Windows,
we mean business. We mean business.
Head online to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra Thursday, December 4th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
All right, Matt Baer, what's up?
Hammer ramp reopened on the east side, westbound 72, southbound 465. But we do have a crash westbound 70 heading to the city center. It's westbound 70 after Shadeland, blocking the right lane and causing stop-and-go traffic to 465. Inbound 65, 2-minute delay, 21st to Meridian, and eastbound 70 stop-and-go traffic from Harding into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local, trust employee owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Temperature is going to be falling like Nigel's pants when he gets drunk. Right now it's 76, but man, by Friday evening, going after those Friday night football games, could have temperatures in the 40s.
I can tell, man, the temperature's changing. I've had it. Until the warmonger came, the cheesemonger, I mean, from Kroger, I've had a headache for 2 hours. My headache's gone after the cheesemonger came.
John Bolton was not here. The warmonger didn't come. The cheesemonger came. Let's make that perfectly clear.
Oh, man.
I didn't hear the official Bolton music kick on.
No, I didn't either.
But no, that cheese is so freaking good.
Cheesemonger. First time ever for the show.
Yes. He's the official monger of the Hammer and Nigel show. Quick update here. So remember when Jimmy Kimmel got suspended and then he came back and a lot of people were talking about his show. He had huge ratings.
Well, he lied and had crocodile tears and you know, kind of lied about what he said and then went on to give everybody a big lecture about Donald Trump. Yeah, I remember that.
He did get a spike in numbers, though.
Of course so.
Well, that didn't last very long.
No?
Latest ratings are out, and Jimmy Kimmel sucked before his suspension, and he sucks again now. This week, after the post-suspension bounce that he got in the numbers, it's even lower than what it was before. According to Nielsen's ratings, Jimmy Kimmel only drew 1.70 million viewers, actually lower than the crap pre-suspension numbers of 1.77.
So even with, so remember when he came back on, not all the affiliates took his show, and he still got huge numbers.
Correct.
Even though a significant a number of markets were not sharing his show, he still got gigantic numbers. Now they let him back on in those affiliates, and you're telling me they're even lower than before?
Lower than before. He lost 0.7 of his audience.
So what are we to make of that, Hammer?
He's not funny. Next question, to quote Drew Rosenhaus in that iconic press conference with Terrell Owens. Next question. By the way, I saw Drew Rosenhaus at the JW Marriott. When I went to that charity event for Damar, the NFL Combine was going on.
Yeah, like super agent.
The inspiration for like Bob Sugar's character on Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Like I was telling my wife, that's Drew Rosenhaus. And she was looking at me like, I don't care.
My wife had no idea.
Like, I was more excited to see Drew Rosenhaus than I think it was David Spade. That's Drew Rosenhaus. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, it's Rob. It's October, and this is when the weather really starts to shift.
The mornings are crisp, the evenings are cooler, and before long, those chilly fall breezes will turn into full-blown winter winds. If your home's already feeling drafty or your energy bills are creeping up, now's the time to do something about it before the cold really sets in. And Universal Windows Direct is making it easier than ever with an October deal that's packed with value. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free with no limit, plus 0% interest for 3 full years. And to top it off, get an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project. Buy 2, get 2 free, 0% interest for 3 full years, and an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project. Now, some restrictions may apply. So to get all the details and schedule your totally free in-home estimate, call Universal Windows Direct today, 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574. Check them out on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Exercise Inc. is great. I've been with them for years now. It's just a different way of staying healthy. It's a different, unique way of working out and getting your muscles the physical activity they need, they crave. Your body needs activity, and Exercise Inc. can give that to you once a week for 20 minutes. Again, once a week for 20 minutes. You show up for your private workout. It's just you and your coach. Feel better. Lose some weight. Probably look better. You might even get off some of those prescription meds. If you think you're too busy to exercise and be healthy, or you've been to those big box gyms and they're just not for you, this is a totally different and unique way to get the exercise your body needs. I felt that way a long time ago, that I was too busy to be healthy, and it was just not true. It's a myth. You have time once a week for 20 minutes. ExerciseInc.com. ExerciseInc.com. They're all over town. Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. Tell them Nigel sent you.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On call 24/7, 365. We are IICRC certified and will restore your space to pre-loss condition or better. And we work through the entire insurance process on your behalf to make it easy.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Hensley's Legal Group is one of those firms that puts the client above all else.
We pride ourselves in caring and communication.
We're extremely passionate about helping them through their tough times.
We truly want to see our clients get better.
It happens. Hire Hensley.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, what a woman did in Boone County that landed her in even more trouble, why a grant for Purdue University was canceled, and data center debate in Morgan County. Those stories and much more coming up after Fox News Radio. You are listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 4 o'clock.
A shutdown with no solution. Tom Graham, Fox News. 1 week into the government shutdown, and the finger-pointing continues.
It is regrettable and sad, and real pain is being felt by real people because of these
political shenanigans.
Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson wants a clean spending bill to end the shutdown. Democrats, though, remain dug in with their demands.
Democrats have remained firm on including a permanent extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits as part of a deal to reopen the government. Republicans have said the issue should be dealt with separately and the tax credits need to be reformed. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries was asked by Fox News Radio if reforming the program is on the table.
What I'm saying is that we have an open mind as it relates to an extension of the Affordable Care Act tax credits based on the merits of what is presented in good faith.
The subsidies impact about 22 million people who Democrats say will see a significant increase in premiums if the program isn't extended by the end of the year. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Thousands of government workers remain in limbo with mass furloughs during the shutdown, and now President Trump is suggesting some will not get back pay when the government reopens.
Some, but not all, federal workers sidelined by the government shutdown should receive back pay, President Trump says.
For the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
The president says he'll follow federal law on paying workers impacted by the shutdown. But a memo from the White House Budget Office argues back pay is not guaranteed. It's part of 2019 legislation signed by President Trump. Congress has approved back pay provisions following previous shutdowns. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Immigration agents reporting arrests at the southern border at a 55-year low this fiscal year as border crossings has plummeted. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Busy times in the sky and on land. Cloudy and 75 on Monument Circle with lows tonight in the 50s. I'm John Herrick. This report is brought to you by Guardian Wells Financial. Here's what's trending at 4:02. You've been seeing quite a bit of rain today, but Aaron Updike with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis discusses what's coming next.
This is the last day that we've got any noticeable chances of rain, at least for the next week.
He says things could get cold enough on Wednesday night that you might see frost, so if you have sensitive plants outside, you'll want to protect those. A jury's found a woman named Christy Reisinger guilty on 3 criminal counts. She's accused of assaulting and biting corrections officers at the Boone County Jail in March of last year. Reisinger is supposed to be sentenced November 5th. Purdue University is dealing with a grant cancellation. Cruz with that story.
The U.S. government has canceled a $34.9 million federal grant for Indiana's Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduates, or also called Gear Up. The program, a partnership led by Purdue University, served over 13,000 low-income students with after-school help, mentoring, and college prep. The U.S. Education Department terminated the grant, which was expected to run through 2031, citing conflicts with federal civil rights laws and a policy of prioritizing merit, fairness, and excellence in education. The program had successfully tracked records of boosting high school graduation and college enrollment rates for participants. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Morgan County Commission's approving a proposal that'll rezone 158 acres for a data center project in Monrovia. Commissioners voted to pass it Monday, but not before people like Bruce McLean gave their remarks.
We have been told we are uninformed, but how can we gain information when the company operates under a cloak of secrecy? With things like non-disclosure agreements.
It's still unclear who's behind the project. The Morgan County Council will meet on Thursday to take up the proposal. And the Indiana gas average is below $3 a gallon. AAA saying it's $2.96. That's 21 cents lower than where it was a month ago. It's 4:04. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-929. That's 317-660-929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-929. That's 660-929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
With traffic at 4:05, here's Matt Bear.
Westbound 70 crash after Shadeland Avenue between a car and a semi, and the right lane is closed. Traffic is backed up to the 465 ramps for a 5-minute delay. Southbound 65 slow from 21st to the north split, 2-minute delay. Eastbound 70 delayed 3 minutes from Harding into the south split, and on the south side, pockets are slow on eastbound 465 from I-69 over 265. Crash west side 10th Street east of Lyndhurst at Girard Drive. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We'll keep a spotty shower chance in play through early Tuesday night. Breezy winds will also continue. Skies will eventually decrease through the overnight hours as lows fall to around 50 degrees. Wednesday will feel a whole lot better with fall-like air returning and plenty of sunshine to go around with light winds. High temperatures by Wednesday afternoon only in the upper 60s. Thursday, chilly start to the day expected with low temperatures that morning in the low 40s, and then by Thursday afternoon, highs only in the mid-upper 60s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
You look at Chicago. Chicago's a great city where there's a lot of crime. And if the governor can't do the job, we'll do the job. It's all very simple.
President Donald Trump on bringing in the National Guard troops to clean up Chicago.
Sweet home, Chicago.
Kind of like he's working his way west. Started in D.C., stopped in Memphis, trying to get to Chicago, maybe to Portland, possibly.
It's his cross-country tour.
Is that what he's billing it as?
Right. It's like, when a rock band goes on the road, they'll start on one side of town and, they'll play Memphis, then Orlando, and then next thing you know, they're in Atlanta, making their way up north and then out west. That's what the National Guard is apparently doing right now with some of these liberal Democrat cities. Yesterday, President Trump was asked about Chicago and their governor, Governor Fat Pig. And here's what Donald Trump had to say.
Chicago can be very, very safe. It's going to be very safe. But Chicago is going to be very safe. And you say, why is it that a governor wouldn't accept free help from regardless? I mean, whether it's National Guard or the military or anybody. I mean, if women raped and beaten and knocked to hell, and the same with men where they're being shot all over the place in large numbers. I mean, we had a week in Chicago where 11 people were murdered and 38 people were shot. And then we have a governor get up and say, oh, it's safe, we can handle it. He can't handle it. He's an incompetent guy. That's why they threw him out of the family business. They threw him out. I knew the family business very well. And they threw him out. And now he's a governor. And he should say, we'd love to have a safer place. Chicago's a great city potentially. I told you, the head of the Union Pacific Railroad said, sir, save Chicago. It's a great city. It's going to be lost if you don't do it. We have no choice but to do this.
Well, I tell you a couple of reasons why they don't want, Trump was saying, I wonder why they don't want our help. One, because it's Trump.
Right.
And then two, they are doing the same thing that our local administration is doing, is saying, well, we don't need them. Crime's down. Down from where?
Right.
Record levels. That it's still happening.
And listen to what Trump had to say. In a week, they had 11 murders. All right, think about how big Chicago is. And then think here in Indianapolis, we went 24 hours with 5. There were 5 murders in a 24-hour span, and Chicago is 3 times the size of Indianapolis. So this is why I always kind of just eye roll and scroll, to use a Nige term, when I go through my social media feed and people are still talking about the stupid deleted tweets. Yes, it's lame to delete tweets. And Governor Braun and Lieutenant Governor Beckwith, if you're listening, if your staff are listening, stop deleting tweets. It makes you look bad. Just put out another one later on saying, hey, we got more information. We might have jumped the gun. But the fact of the matter is, Indy is still pretty a dangerous place to be. That's all you got to do. But when you delete it, they win. Stop it. Knock it off. But I wish these people that were just trying to own the governor and lieutenant governor were as passionate about the reason why we thought that anyway. Because
exactly. That's such a great point.
It's not safe.
Why did we initially think that Mark Sanchez had been stabbed in a dark alleyway at 12 o'clock on a Saturday night? You know, what would we think possibly otherwise until more facts come out?
Because it happens all the time.
Oh my God, yeah, exactly. I was texting you guys while all this was going down. I go, well, look, yeah, they got it wrong, but is it completely, totally out of the realm of possibility that something like that could have happened?
Right.
More likely than not.
And again, there's always going to be people that post a photo of themselves having a beer at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Mass Ave. Well, it looks pretty safe to me. The Republicans and conservatives, they're just scared to walk downtown. I saw some fat dork friend of mine on social media saying that. Oh, here's a Halloween costume. It's conservative guy that's scared to go downtown. Look, Porky, I live downtown. I work downtown. I've lived in Indianapolis pretty much my whole life.
And you're not leaving.
I'm not leaving. I'm Leo. I'm the Wolf of Wall Street, okay? To quote Michael Bolton in the movie Office Space, why should I change? They're the ones that suck. So I'm here, baby. I'm a lifer. But yeah, I understand why people would have jumped the gun. Let's not act like you don't. Earlier today, the Attorney General Pam Bondi was testifying in Washington about Trump's use of the National Guard and bringing them into Democrat hellhole cities. Here is the senator from the great state of Illinois, which also sounds like a disease you get when you hook up with a girl from Southport, Dick Durbin.
The word is, and I think it's been confirmed by the White House, they are going to transfer Texas National Guard units to the state of Illinois. What's the rationale for that?
Yeah, Chairman, as you shut down the government, you voted to shut down the government, and you're sitting here, our law enforcement officers aren't being paid. They're out there working to protect you. I wish you loved Chicago as much as you hate President Trump. And currently, the National Guard are on the way to Chicago. If you're not going to protect your citizens, President Trump will.
Ooh. Sorry, Dick Durbin. Take a seat.
Man, I got an itch. Hooked up with that girl Mucky Duck last night. Now I've got Dick Durbin. Pam Bondi, also speaking in D.C., this is when the Democrat Senator Dick Blumenthal, Donang Dick, accused her of impropriety.
In the merger...
Which merger? You've listed many.
Involving American Express GBT. I understand that Brian Ballard, longtime backer and head of the law firm where you work, was instrumental in lobbying the Justice Department to drop that lawsuit. It was dismissed, so it's not subject to a court review. What conversation did you have with Mr. Ballard?
Senator Blumenthal, I cannot believe that you would accuse me of impropriety when you lied about your military service.
I am
you
not
lied.
asking
You admitted you lied to be elected a U.S. senator. You lied. How dare you? I'm a career prosecutor. Don't you ever challenge my integrity. I have abided by every ethics standard. Do not question my ability to be fair and impartial as Attorney General, and anything with my former firm, Ballard Partners.
Thank you.
Boy, these old a-holes up there think they can handle somebody like Pam Bondi, a Trump-appointed. You know, it's just, there's no way. Everybody in Trump's cabinet can communicate. They can hold their own. They can argue. They can debate. It's not even close to what the Biden administration had in place.
Now we just got to get Bondi to prosecute.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
That's what we need. Like, the hot takes are great. And nobody loves watching Donning Dick get depantsed more than I do. But, again, that's for this show, right? That's what these hearings are. We get sound bites to play for you guys. We all laugh. We have a good time. Nothing ever changes. Nobody ever goes to jail. I want to see some people going to jail. For years, the Biden administration weaponized the Justice Department against Republicans. From Trump to Roger Stone, go down the list. Even Michael Cohen, even people that hate Donald Trump now, who consider themselves Republicans, they had the Biden Department of Justice go at him for a bunch of frivolous bullcrap. It's time to fight back, Pam Bondi. Look, you're kind of hot. You have hot takes, but I want to see some Democrats going to jail. I want to see Comey perp walked. Let's go. Nige, I gave you a reason to drink earlier.
Okay.
But I want to give you another one.
All right.
Because it's been brought to my attention that today is the 74th birthday of radical leftist Johnny Cougar.
Johnny Cougar Mellencamp's birthday is today?
74.
No way.
Cougs.
Remember when they put his picture up on the Jumbotron at the Royal Rumble and nobody knew who he was and nobody cheered?
Right. You might as well have had the CEO of PBS on the Jumbotron. Who's that?
But yet they put like some, they put like a YouTube influencer up there.
Right.
The place just goes nuts.
That's the kid that eats the Tide Pods.
Yeah.
All right. And then there was the Pacer game where Pat McAfee was firing up the fans when we were playing the Knicks.
Yeah.
And he was like, Ben Stiller, you can do this and that. And John Cougar Mellencamp, old Cougs, apologized to like New York on behalf of Indiana.
I remember that.
Hey, Cougar, nobody asked you to do that, pal. Sit down. But he is 74 years old today, donates a crap ton of money to IU athletics. So we're going to play a round of Don't Forget the Lyrics with producer Allison, okay?
Yeah.
Allison, I've got 3 classic Johnny Cougar songs. We're going to stop them at some point, and it's your job to get the next line or couple of words, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Number 1.
Sometimes love don't feel like should. Hurts so good.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. 1 down. All right, these are going to get progressively harder, okay?
Okay.
Number 2.
We could stay out all day. We could run around all night, well, all night. All night.
Here we go.
Well, it's time to go home. And I'm not going to.
Oh, ain't even
Tonight.
done with the night.
And I ain't even done with the night.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
All right, you got to get this one right. And this one's going to be tough because it's a straight musical ramp. But if you work on this show, you better get this right.
I already know.
Here we go.
Okay. Sucking on a chili dog.
Yeah! There we go. There it is.
You have ruined this song for me.
In honor
I
of...
thought it was going to be Little Ditty About Jack and Diane.
No, I knew exactly where I wanted to take that.
Oh, I knew where he was going.
In honor of Johnny Cougs' 74th, let's go ahead and do the tribute. All of the lyrics are sucking on a chili dog. All of the lyrics. Here we go.
Sucking on a chili dog, 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 chili dog, sucking on a chili dog.
Matt Baer standing by with a look at the roads.
All right, we have westbound 70 on the east side. Crash after Shadeland Avenue blocking the right lane. Slow through the area. Eastbound 73-minute delay from Harding into the south split. Southbound 65 is 70 jammed and north split down to the south split. At inbound 65 slowing around west into the north split. North side eastbound 465 stop and go from Keystone to the White River. At inbound 69 slows at 96 282nd. Traffic sponsored by Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Get your home ready for colder temps and the holidays. Benjamin Franklin of Indianapolis is here to help. Everything from plumbing inspections, water heaters, and more. Book now at BenjaminFranklinPlumbingIndy.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now, Allison, I think Nige and I are both out on Friday, but if you do a montage, I fully expect the audio of you being sucking on a chili dog to be the thing that closes it out.
That just made me the whole montage.
Just nothing but you saying sucking on a chili dog.
Over and over and over again.
Like 90 seconds. 75 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Hey, YouTube crowd, we need you to step up your game a little bit. You guys are a little slow today. The folks that are on there right now, they're engaging, but it's not enough. We need more. We need 100 people to get your happy butts over to the WIBC YouTube page and give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. It's Tuesday. It's 420. You guys do with that information as what you want, but we need 100 people to get over to the WIBC YouTube page. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, because every thumbs up you give us gives a middle finger to the 20-year-olds that work in our digital department that won't leave us alone. So help a couple old dudes out here. WIBC YouTube page, give us a thumbs up. We got to get to 150.
American Standard Heating and Air. They are built to a higher standard. That's why the Hammer and Nigel show only uses American Standard equipment. We only use American Standard independent local dealers like the one that Hammer is going to tell you about right now.
Make some noise for Reinhardt Heating and Cooling in Danville. Danny Reinhardt started Reinhardt Heating and Cooling 39 years ago. They're one of the longest tenured American Standard dealers in all of Central Indy. Danny's sons and daughter are among some of the well-trained experts that are on staff at Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, hooking up Hendricks and the surrounding counties. Make sure that system is ready for that chilly fall air. Call Reinhardt in Danville, 317-745-4526. Ask about indoor air quality, too. 317-745-4526. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today. Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric technology means no timer, settings, or headaches. Just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
As proud sports medicine partners of the Indianapolis Indians, Butler University, Purdue University, and the Indiana Sports Corporation, Franciscan Health is here to keep our community moving. Whether you're a weekend warrior or high school champ, we offer injury evaluations, concussion testing, and personalized recovery plans to help you get back out there. Because when you love the game, we love getting you back in it. Call 317-781-1133 or visit franciscanhealth.org/sportsmedindy.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free to search at IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
So there's a little bit of an online debate about this. I'm curious to see where you're going to land at here, Nige. So there's people in a restaurant, crying, shrieking babies at one table.
Ooh.
Dude walks over, talks to the mom. It's like, look, is there any way you could calm this baby down just a little bit? Her reaction was to get her phone out and record the argument that takes place.
So this gentleman here is telling me to tell my 8-month-old to stop screaming because he has sensitive ears. I know it's loud, but he's an adult. He can leave, and he chooses not to leave. He's choosing me to tell me to take my baby out because he has sensitive ears.
Wow.
She's a child, sir. It's not me.
What's she doing there?
We're causing this whole restaurant to have to hear our discussion. They don't want to eat that. They want to get their food.
You came to me about my child, did you not? You can't remove yourself from this restaurant. No, you're disrespectful, you're entitled, and you're being privileged right now.
No, you're disrespectful, entitled, and privileged.
Men have probably mistreated you in the past.
Men? I'm a happily married woman. What are you talking about, baby? I'm 10 years next week, so no one has mistreated me. You've been disrespectful.
Now, this is something. She's wrong. She's the one that's entitled. Get your screaming baby out of there. If you can't control your kids, then don't bring them out to restaurants. My wife and I would have been mortified. All right, let's go. Let's just pay the tab and go. I would have been mortified if I was in a restaurant and my 8-year-old. Now, look, if you're in an airplane, there's nothing you can do. I get that. But, yeah, no, get your screaming baby out of there.
And it sounded like it was more of a toddler than a baby, like old enough to where you could do a little bit of parenting and get him to knock it off. Like if it's a little infant baby and it's got an earache or something, damn, that sucks. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. You can walk him outside of the restaurant, I guess, but I don't know. But this kid sounded like he was old enough to know what was going on, and the mom wanted no part of parenting. None at all.
Well, the more you read about this, it went on for 3 minutes, and the manager finally came over, tried to calm her down so the restaurant could get back to business. And as he did, the kid kept screaming. Yeah, I'm asking you to leave. Hey, if your kid can't stop screaming out loud, bye.
Right.
It's one thing if you're in McDonald's. It's another thing if you're in a sit-down restaurant with other people that are trying to enjoy their meal.
Remember the story we had about the screaming baby on the airline? Now, this was a baby, and there was some dude that walked back there. He started yelling at the baby.
Yeah.
He tried to,
He was yelling at the baby.
His beef wasn't with the mom. His beef was with the baby. And then when the airline attendants...
You're being too loud, sir. That baby's being too loud.
Right. He wanted no part of being calm. Is this anything? Popular YouTuber Mr. Beast made a video message to himself 10 years ago to be played 10 years in the future. Well, the time is now. So here is Mr. Beast. You know who this is,
I know who this is. My kid and I watch it together all the time. Does all these YouTube challengers. He's an influencer. He's a huge YouTube channel.
This is from 10 years ago to now.
Hi, me in 10 years. Hey. You're going to see this in 2025.
Oh my God.
It's 2015 for me right now.
Oh, this is crazy. Look how young I look.
Dude, what if I'm dead?
Thankfully, not dead.
If I don't have 1 million subscribers when you see this video, my entire life has been a failure.
We actually have dozens of channels with millions of subscribers.
But by the time you see this, I'll have finished high school.
I did finish high school.
Gone to college.
Technically, I went to college. I went for 2 weeks, and then I thought it was super boring and didn't go. It was a community college. We could not afford real college.
Probably be doing YouTube as a job, hopefully. Maybe.
This is something because it reminded me somehow of like when I was a kid, when I was, in my teens. He was 17 when he filmed that. And I remember like one of my teachers at Tri-West saying, like, asked me what I wanted to do when I got out of high school. I said, I want to do radio. Maybe you should choose a different profession. That's what they said.
Who was that? Name names. Who was it?
I'm not going to name names. But they said, no, you should probably, that's a really niche profession to go into. You maybe think about something else.
You're way nicer than I would. I would name names and blast that rotten SOB every day.
He was the guy that like directed the plays and stuff. He was like the theater guy.
Okay.
The arts and theater guy.
Right.
So I just thought that took me back to when I was 17 and thought, wow, I never thought in a million years thought I'd be doing this.
Is that guy still alive?
I don't know. I don't care.
Let's hope not. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana, and the best place to start is JoynerHomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes, and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at JoynerHomes.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
President Trump says he's trying to clean things up. A cloudy sky at the moment, 77 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:31. The Texas National Guard is in Illinois to assist with immigration. Fox's Jeff Manasso.
Word that hundreds of members of the Texas National Guard have now arrived in suburban Chicago, on top of hundreds of Illinois National Guard members that President Trump has called up to protect federal agents at ICE facilities amid recent violent protests and attacks on federal agents. And as Illinois Democrats continue escalating ICE resistance here.
Donald Trump is using our service members as political props and as pawns in his illegal effort to militarize our nation's cities.
Governor J.B. Pritzker, as legal action continues over the troop surge. In Chicago, Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Well, Jeff, speaking of that, Governors J.B. Pritzker and Gavin Newsom of California say they're threatening to leave the National Governors Association unless the group agrees to condemn President Trump's deployment of National Guard troops to their respective states. Pritzker has issued a letter to NGA Chair Kevin Stitt expressing that the administration has been ignoring gubernatorial authority, state sovereignty, and constitutional balance. The government shutdown has been going on for a week, and President Trump says Democrats could end the shutdown today if they wanted.
Every day we put forth a bill. It's just a continuation. It's a very simple thing to sign and very simple to do.
He says they have nothing to lose and they don't even know who their leader is. There was tension at Monday night's City-County Council meeting over the $1.7 billion budget vote as Indianapolis Republicans accused Democrats of cutting off debate and rushing the approval.
Right now I'm absolutely enraged by how they silenced so many voices by calling the question and then passing that movement to do that. I didn't even, as the minority leader, have an opportunity to speak because I was letting my other counselors in my caucus speak before I did.
Minority Leader Brian Mowry's not happy with the move and calling it a disgusting censorship of what the Democrats are doing right now. There are new recommendations to help end deaths from postpartum hemorrhage. The World Health Organization saying today that along with other health agencies issuing new detailed steps to take once excessive bleeding after childbirth is recognized. And health leaders say the guidelines are designed to maximize impact where the burden is highest and resources are most limited. And with your WIBC closing bell report, everything coming up red on Wall Street today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished down 92 points to 46,602. The S&P 500 lost 25 points to 6714. And the NASDAQ lost 153 points to 22,788. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 4:33.
It's Terry Stacy, and not too many locally owned businesses in central Indiana have been around 80 years. But Cardwell Do It Best on the south side has stood the test of time. Congratulations to Jeff Cardwell and Cardwell Do It Best, recently named 2025 Member of the Year by Do It Best. Autumn brings about whole new to-do lists, and Cardwell Do It Best has everything you need and even stuff you didn't know you needed, like extra keys. They make keys, including programmable keys and key fobs. Cardwell is your discount roofing headquarters, featuring dimensional roofing as low as $21 per bundle. And for the yard, find a full line of trusted lawn and garden products and Milwaukee M18 fuel cordless power tools. Come celebrate 80 years strong at Cardwell Do It Best. Locally owned, community trusted, and always ready to help you do it best. 3205 Madison Avenue. Shop online where you'll find over 67,000 products with free shipping at CardwellHomeCenter.com.
With traffic at 434, here's Matt Bear.
Downtown southbound 6570 jam. North split to the south split delayed 6 minutes. Eastbound 70, 4-minute delay. Harding into the south split. Inbound 65 slow around west into the north split. Northwest side. Northbound 465 slow roll 86th Street up to 865. Eastbound 465 stop and go from Westfield Boulevard past Allisonville Road. East side southbound 465 slow from 70 to Washington again from Brookville Road 274. And a crash on the east side. This is east of 30th Street at Ritter Avenue. West side crash 10th east of Lyndhurst and a crash. North side 86 east of Westfield Boulevard. Traffic sponsored by Moderna. MNEX Spike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna is now available and easy to find near you. To learn more, visit mnexspike.com. That's mnexspike.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Spotty shower chances early tonight with breezy winds and decreasing clouds. Lows around 50. Wednesday will feel a whole lot better with sunshine and fall-like air returning. Highs only in the upper 60s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You know what the coolest thing Indie Decorative Concrete did for my wife and I was not only did they notice, they knew I needed a new sidewalk and porch, but there was a bunch of unused space around the sidewalk full of mulch and stuff. It's just nobody ever spent any time there. They took my old sidewalk and porch, turned it into something completely different, a unique stamped concrete area with even more space. Turn that extra space I had into a big patio with a beautiful custom porch. And now we have some patio furniture out there. We spent a lot of time sitting out front on our great Indie Decorative Concrete patio. Locally owned, family owned since 2007, and they only use W-2 employees. All their employees work directly for them, no subs. So whether it's a new patio, sidewalk, porch, whatever, don't do anything until you've checked out IndieDecorativeConcrete.com. My wife and I can't believe how amazing our front porch and sidewalk turned out. IndieDecorativeConcrete.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
How you doing? How you holding up over there, buddy? You okay?
I'm a little sad.
I mean, it is day 7 of the government shutdown.
I know. I could barely get out of bed this morning.
Keep your chin up there, bud. It'll be all right.
Crystal was like, you've got to get up and go to work. Babe, the government shut down. There's no hope for any of us, except for the 75% of the government that's still working, getting a paycheck, and life going on pretty much the exact same. Yeah. I mean, there are some people that are affected by this. I'm not going to say all people are fine with it, but I think most people are fine with it. Would that be fair?
Well, I think I think a lot of, for instance, a House Freedom Caucus, a lot of conservatives are saying, let these Obamacare subsidies expire from COVID, okay? These subsidies from COVID, these Obamacare subsidies, they want to expire. This is what this is all about. Democrats and also health care for illegal immigrants. That's what this is all about. And this is a Democrat shutdown. Got passed in the House with flying colors.
Now, Rob Kendall would argue that it's a Republican shutdown because of Obamacare, and it goes back a long, long time. And again,
it does. Yeah, I mean, again, hence the COVID era subsidies.
But really, the government would be open today if the Democrats just decided to say, okay, you win on this one. We're not going to have taxpayer-funded health care for people here illegally. If they cave on that, everything's back to normal. I'm not saying everybody's singing Kumbaya, but everything's back open 100%. But that's not what's happening here. And it feels like the Democrats are losing the war in the PR department. But can the Republicans have enough backbone to fight it? Right. And that's never really been their strong suit, right? Republicans usually cave here. But here's an example. Democrat, leftist Jon Stewart, comedian, host of The Daily Show on Comedy Central. He was making fun of Chuck Schumer's stupid messaging at a press conference talking about this yesterday. He was trying to make cringeworthy jokes and nobody was laughing, and there's just no energy.
New data came out today from KFF. And that is not Kentucky Fried French fries. KFF could be Kentucky French fries. Yeah. I know. Orange.
This is real. Let me cut to Jon Stewart here.
Who is that joke even for? 6-year-olds that watch C-SPAN? What the f*** are you doing? Chuck Schumer is a human flat tire.
Listen to that crowd, though. 5 years ago, during COVID lockdowns, lock us down, Chuck. Keep locking us down. Would have got a standing ovation. Now, you've got the host calling him a human flat tire, and those SEALs are clapping along like they used to.
Well, you remember it was Jon Stewart, we were talking about all this COVID stuff and all the, the tax credits that were meant to be, short-term adjustments during COVID. Jon Stewart was the first guy to go on, I think it was Colbert, and say, yeah, it's not completely out of the realm of the possibility that a Chinese virus came from a lab in Wuhan. And they went on a big rant about that went viral.
And that really hurt Stephen Colbert's feelings.
Oh, he was very uncomfortable with that because that's racist. That was racist to suggest that the COVID virus came from a lab in Wuhan.
And how dare you be an independent thinker and go against the groupthink here that it had to have come from Donald Trump's anus? How dare you say anything other than that?
There's going to be some squishy Republicans that are going to, they're going to find a way to make these credits, which were only meant to be short term. They're going to find a way to make them permanent, so the government will open back up.
They're going to screw it up.
Yeah,
Republicans will screw this up.
So they're going to make them permanent. You watch, you wait, you see. I guarantee this happens.
Update on a story from months ago. So remember when the feds raided the office of this IU professor down in Bloomington, and everybody was like, what's going on here? Why are the feds, taking hard drives and computers and all this kind of stuff out of his office? Newly unsealed documents have revealed the motive, and there was a list of 42 items that were seized. Long story short here, it looks like they're investigating the misuse of federal grant money.
Oh, boy, here we go.
So you take some of the government's money without doing what you're supposed to do with it, they are going to send the feds right to your front door.
Maybe some wire fraud action, maybe some, I don't know.
Bribery.
Laundering of money, possibly. I don't know. I'm just listing off things at the top of my head.
False statements, the misuse of federal funds, wire fraud.
I honestly thought you were going to say, like, kiddie porn.
Well,
that's what it usually is.
Right.
When the FBI shows up to your house and starts hauling off a computer. Just ask Subway Jared's.
Right. Yeah, that's usually the case, but they also feel like if you're taking a buttload of government grant money and you're laundering it to somebody else and you're trying to cover up your tracks, they're going to find out. Like, you play with their money, you play with their emotions.
How do they think? I mean, this was a professor. How do you got to be? Did he think that would not get found out?
It's not like the government cares about money.
Yeah. Not like they wanted to add 80,000 IRS agents.
Right.
How are you that stupid? Do you think you're not going to get caught?
So the question now becomes, where was the money going? Was it just for personal gain? Was he trying to launder it to the way that the Biden crime family did? Or was it going overseas? Was it going somewhere else? Was he funding Democrat, groups? This is what we got to keep an eye on here. CNN's data guy, Harry Enton. I do like Harry Enton. He's kind of their fun, quirky guy that does the polls, right? I don't necessarily think he's a Republican, but he's not a radical leftist either. It's one of the rare guys on TV that kind of give you the stats and shut the hell up.
Give you the stats and you do what you will with them.
Right. And he's pretty entertaining. He's like a fun, energetic dude. So Harry Enton goes on CNN and says, despite what you see on social media and what your Democrat relatives say to you during the weekend parties you have in the backyard. Most of the country is okay with Donald Trump right now, and they believe he's doing what they elected him for.
Favorable view of Donald Trump. You know, you go back to October of 2024, 44% of the American public viewed him favorably. Now, despite everything, look at this, 43%, which is well within the margin of error of that 44%. And here's the thing to keep in mind. This was good enough to get Trump reelected back in 2024. And Donald Trump is basically at the same point here right now, which I think would surprise a lot of folks, especially a lot of folks on the left who very much disagree with a lot of what Donald Trump has done. Okay, you know, to quote the esteemed caller Dennis Green, the former head coach in the National Football League, Donald Trump is who the voters thought he was. What are we talking about here? Well, is Trump doing what he promised in the 2024 campaign? Yes, 52%. The majority of Americans say that Donald Trump is doing what he promised compared to 48% who said no. So what essentially is going on here is the voters expected all of this from Donald Trump. The majority did, and that is why his favorable rating, simply put, has not really moved all that much compared to where it was a year ago. Trump is basically doing what the American people thought that he was going to do.
Deregulation. The border, crime, obviously, National Guard, foreign policy. He shut down like 6 or 7 wars. Now, I think he promised to have the Ukraine and the Russian situation under control in about 24 hours. That one kind of fell through.
The Epstein stuff, still kind of a black eye.
But apparently these numbers show that most Americans aren't worried about it.
We need 14 more thumbs up to get us to where we need to be on the YouTube chat. Just 14 more. WIBC's YouTube chat. And Nigel, one of our YouTube users, wants to know what's on my shirt. Like, I don't know if it's too small to be shown on the YouTube cam.
Yeah, I love it. It's the cover of the movie Summer School.
Mark Harmon and his dog in sunglasses.
Yeah. What was his dog's name? Hoops or what was his dog's name in the...
Oh, I can't remember what his dog's name was.
And he lost his little chew toy
in the ocean. Yeah.
But no, that's a great shirt from a great movie.
And thank you to the Blackwell family, friends of ours, friends of the show. They brought this at Coach's Tavern on Friday to me, Tammy and Jeff Blackwell. Allison, do we have an update?
Wondermutt.
Wondermutt!
That's it.
Mark Harmon's best friend.
Mark Harmon.
And then you got to remember Chainsaw Dave.
Correct.
The weirdo horror fanatics.
Courtney Thorne-Smith's character, who is openly trying to hook up with Mark Harmon.
Yeah, I wanted to live with him.
It was a different time back then. You could make movies like that. But no, love the movie Back to School. Summer School and Back to School. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Yeah, so if you have $200,000 saved up for retirement, but it's stuck in the stock market, there could be a smarter way to protect and grow your savings outside of Wall Street. And one option gives you a 20% upfront bonus with a competitive return that's averaged 10% annually over the last 10 years. So the simple math is you invest $200,000, you get an upfront $40,000 bonus. That's $240,000. Am I right?
The world of retirement and finance and money, it can be intimidating. There's a lot of numbers out there. But the guy we trust to make it all make sense is Bill Demery, your retirement guy, my retirement guy, based here in Indy. Set up that free consultation, and he will walk you through the entire process. 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy. 317-648-5120.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month.
And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Our electric bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is doubling down on costly coal, gas, and nuclear. That means more pricey power plants that Hoosiers like us have to pay for. Utilities get richer, we pay more. Something has to give. Go to StopMikesHikes.com today to send Governor Braun a message. Hoosiers need affordable energy, not a blank check for greedy utilities. Paid for by Citizens Action Coalition.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to QCkinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
My brother never checks on Dad. Or, my sister won't make time to take Mom to the doctor. Are these things you've heard yourself say? This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. I have a caregiving tip for you. Stay tuned.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Expressing anger or resentment toward unsupportive siblings can cause unmendable rifts in relationships. Don't try to control everyone else. You can only control yourself. The success of your caregiving journey does not rest on others. So enjoy the time with your loved one. This is your special time with them. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
At Price Point Comfort, we're proud to serve our local community. We're not just your service provider, but we're your neighbors.
For heating and cooling help, go to PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
More tariffs later, tornadoes possible.
WIBC.com gives you more than just headlines. It's context, updates, and insight. Whether you're at work, on the move, or catching up late, the latest is already there. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC.com.
All right, Matt Bear, what's going on?
All right, we are on the south side Hammer, and check it out, southbound 65. And this is going to be at Stop 11 Road, a crash. And we have a vehicle in a ditch off the right shoulder. Southbound 6570, stop traffic from the north split to the south split in a 6-minute delay. Eastbound 70 slows west into the south split, and inbound 65 stop and go 21st to the north split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off on products, plus 2.99% financing, and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Scheduled to be joined by Council Member Michael Paul Hart coming up here in just about 15 minutes.
Right
Recap what was kind of a wild, heated council meeting last night. A lot of name-calling, a lot of yelling. I think somebody may have been punched in the face.
Well,
maybe not.
Maybe not.
But got pretty heated, though. It's 75 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Nige, there's a poll online. People are listing the things that they, quote, don't get the appeal of. Basically, things that people like,
Overrated.
other people like, but things that they say are overrated. Coming in at the top, social places where the music is too loud to talk to anybody.
Yeah, I won't go to those places anymore. No, none of those for me.
Joke's on you. I can't hear anything now, let alone when I go into a club. Allison's laughing because she talks to me all the time, and I can't hear a damn thing. Like, I get yelled at home by Crystal all the time, and I just sit there with a smile on my face.
Try doing a show with Guy Relford.
Guy's worse than I am.
Yeah. He'll admit it, too. He'll tell you.
He won't even have his headphones on. You'll be yelling at him. Yeah. Guy! We're on the air! Other places on the list.
These are things that people don't get the appeal
Right.
Like these are overrated things. Like mine would be leaving the house. I don't get the appeal at all of leaving the house.
Putting on pants. Yeah. The music of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I'm with you. Now, Allison would disagree, and based on her record sales, most people would disagree. But, yeah, I'm not really, fired up if I go to a buddy's house. Hey, man, let's put on that new T-Sizzle album. Well, I'd rather not.
I got one for you. I don't know if your kids are into these, but the trendy water bottles, like the brand name water bottles, like the Stanley.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Have you heard of the Stanley, Allison?
Oh, yeah, and they're like $40.
$40. My kid's got to have the Stanley. It literally holds water. That's all it does.
I've got the plastic bottle from the gas station. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
You probably have a dream retirement in mind, but do you know how to get there? The difference between dreaming and living your ideal retirement comes down to having the right plan. And that's where Howard Bailey Financial can help. At Howard Bailey Financial, we've created a free retirement toolkit to help you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Text DREAM to 888-262-1104. to download your free retirement toolkit that includes a retirement checklist, Social Security decisions guide, estate planning guide, and more. We want your dream retirement to be your reality. And it starts by texting DREAM to 888-262-1104. Let us help you take the next step toward the retirement of your dreams. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
It's the strongest hearts that remind us to cherish the moments. It's the grandmas who made us sit up straighter, the grandpas who showed us old records, and the parents who were embarrassingly loud at our games. It's those hearts that are anything but ordinary. Caring for extraordinary hearts for decades, Franciscan Health knows heart care is more than just a name on a chart. It's somebody who shaped your whole life. Heal your heart today at franciscanhealth.org/heartcare.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax, and not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Denny Smith, and I'm here to tell you that a neglected well can lead to costly repairs. But C&J's got you covered with their well cleanout service. Right now, it's 30% off, and that's the lowest price of the year. C&J will remove the pump, insert a high-output air line into the well, and then safely airlift years of sediment and gunk out of the top of the well. Then they'll also do a 6-point inspection to assure that you and your family get the purest, safest water. C&J. Great systems and great people, too. 317-852-WELL.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, you'll hear just how cold it's going to get in Indiana this week, why state police say they could use your help, and why a former bail bondsman in Marion County is going to prison for a long time. Those stories and more coming up after Fox News Radio. You are listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 5 o'clock.
Make the deal happen. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That message to negotiators in Egypt holding peace talks 2 years after the Hamas attacks in Israel that started the war in Gaza.
And I really, really hope that now Israel and Hamas that say yes. The both sides say yes.
Lishai Miran Lavi is the wife of Omri Miran, one of 48 remaining hostages. The oldest of their 2 daughters was just 2 when he was taken, and says she remembers her father hugging her.
And I told her, yeah, Daddy really hug you. You are the last one that Daddy hug you. And she told me, Mommy, I really remember this. I can feel his hug.
She tells Fox they're hoping to hug him again soon. President Trump meeting this afternoon with freed Israeli-American hostage Idan Alexander, earlier telling reporters,
I think there's a possibility that we could have peace in the Middle East. It's something even beyond the Gaza situation. We want a release of the hostages immediately.
The indirect talks between Israelis and Palestinians are focusing on the hostages first, part of a 20-point Trump plan. The president suggesting back pay could be an issue for some furloughed federal workers.
Some, but not all, federal workers sidelined by the government shutdown should receive back pay, President Trump says.
For the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
The president says he'll follow federal law on paying workers impacted by the shutdown. But a memo from the White House Budget Office argues back pay is not guaranteed as part of 2019 legislation signed by President Trump.
Fox's Jared Halpern, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer still pushing for health care talks on day 7 of the shutdown.
Yesterday, Trump told reporters he's already talking to Democrats. Well, that's not true.
But Republicans accuse Schumer of playing politics and urge approval of short-term spending. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Frost is something you might see across Indiana soon. Light rain on radar south of Indianapolis, 77 on Monument Circle. I'm John Herrick. This report is brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Temperatures might fall into the upper 30s Wednesday night. That's why Aaron Updike with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says they are keeping an eye on frost.
Yeah, if we end up issuing a frost advisory, just make sure you cover any sensitive vegetation that you want, to stay blooming or not go into hibernation for the winter. That's the biggest thing.
He says temperatures will be in the upper 60s and lower 70s throughout the state this week, and it will warm up slightly this weekend. Gas prices have been falling lately. AAA says the Indiana gas average is $2.96 a gallon. That's down 16 cents from the national average, 21 cents from last month, and about 13 cents from this time a week ago. State police discuss a case where they could use some assistance. Johnette Cruz reports.
Indiana State Police announced the identification of remains found in Owen County in 2003 as Deanna Smith of Indianapolis, missing since 1999. Now they are turning to the public for help.
Any information with regards to Deanna Smith, anyone who is last in contact with her, anyone who knows her, the Indiana State Police is seeking public assistance, and we're asking them to give us a call.
That's Sergeant Kevin Getz with the Indiana State Police. While this identification brings closure to the mystery of Smith's disappearance, the case remains an active homicide investigation. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Former Marion County bail bondsman Anthony Stout was sentenced to almost 40 years in prison. He was found guilty in August of 13 criminal counts for things like abuse and intimidation. The judge handed Stout a 38-year prison sentence this morning. Marion County prosecutor Ryan Mears says Stout would get multiple women to perform sex acts on him in exchange for bonds, and if they refused, he threatened to kill them or revoke their bonds. Mears says the survivors who came forward helped them get the necessary evidence to arrest and charge Stout. And there will be volleyball later this year at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis. The Monon Spike match between Indiana and Purdue University set for October 16th at 7 o'clock. The Fieldhouse is also the new site for the IHSAA Volleyball State Finals on November 8th. It's 5:04. Your traffic and weather next.
Why do so many foundation, basement, and crawl space companies ask for half your money up front?
Could it be because that's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they believe trust is earned, not demanded. That's why they do things differently. They start with a free inspection, no strings attached, to give you an honest assessment of what your home needs. No pressure, no surprises. When it's time for the work, they don't ask for a deposit or any upfront payment. Not a single dollar until the job is complete and you're 100% satisfied. That's how they've been earning trust for over 39 years. Whether it's sagging floors, moisture control, concrete repair, or a full crawl space encapsulation, you can count on Michaelis for repairs that last. Don't trust just anyone with your home. Choose the company that puts your trust first. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY today. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation, building trust beneath your feet.
With traffic at 5:05, here's Matt Bear.
All right, south side crash, southbound 65 at Stop 11 Road. Car in a ditch off at the right shoulder. Inbound 65 slow west. Southbound 65 at 70 jam. North split to the south, split delay 5 minutes because of construction. Eastbound 72-minute delay Harding into the south split. On the east side, southbound 465 stop and go from 72 Washington. Northbound lane slow from I-70 up to I-69. Inbound 69 slows before 96th Street 282nd. Traffic sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Getting a new job can be easier with Express Employment Professionals. With Express, you'll have a local connection to the job market. Get started at ExpressPros.com to find a location near you. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Wednesday will feel a whole lot better with fall-like air returning and plenty of sunshine to go around with light winds. High temperatures by Wednesday afternoon only in the upper 60s. Thursday, chilly start to the day expected with low temperatures that morning in the low 40s, and then by Thursday afternoon, highs only to mid-upper 60s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! My name's Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
Michael Paul Hart is with us, a member of your city-county council here in Indianapolis, Marion County. And, Counselor, we were talking about how the council meeting last night got a little heated. People were yelling back and forth. It was budget night.
Anybody
budget
throw any
passed.
shoes?
Anybody throw any shoes? Anybody flip anybody off last night, Counselor?
No shoes, no chairs. WWE wasn't here last night.
So Tony Katz wasn't there. Okay, just want to make sure that happened. The approved budget, $1.7 billion. And I keep hearing there was tense debate. Walk me through what happened last night.
Yeah, I mean, it can, there was a few things that happened. This budget gets broken out into many sections, and then, each counselor will have their passion about whatever that might be. And so I think the bigger part was the underspend. So we had $20 million on underspend that was aside from the budget. That's where we started talking about things. You started seeing counselors talk where you had $10 million go to homelessness initiatives and about $15 million goes to roads. So that all passed. Everybody was happy with it. Another $15 million. A lot of that was, I think, inspired by the stuff Republicans were doing in the spring. We're going to see a little bit more money on strip patching than we normally see. That was good. Where it started really getting heated is when we started getting into just the initiatives that the mayor's office really wants to see, and then the disagreements with, specifically Jesse Brown. He's always adamantly against him, but he's wanting to, take money away from the police, right? Thinking that there's too much money going there. Then I've got, myself, I put out an amendment to the budget. We talk about I was trying to move some of this money away from the elevation grant programming. So then you had the Democrats come in and really defend the interrupter program, right? That's really where the mayor and the Democrats are sinking their teeth in. Is
that interrupter program working?
No, I don't think so, by any means.
There's a lot of money behind it.
Look, are those the guys in the red shirts walking around downtown?
Oh, that's separate. So that's Downtown Indy Inc.
Okay. So there's multiples of those.
There's a lot of efforts. Basically, the interrupter program or the elevation grant program, we've spent $40 million over 5 years, and it's a pot of money that goes to basically a bunch of little grassroots organizations. And I say little just by size, because there may be 5, 10, 15, but it could be things like money towards a football team. I've seen that in some of these expenses. There's about 150 different organizations, or it could be, getting guns off the street type of thing.
So I know the police, they're a little bit on both sides here. They were happy to get the funding, new license plate readers and all that kind of stuff. Rick Snyder talked about that, the FOP president. But in the same breath, they also say, but look at what's going on in Marion County. We're only 22% of the budget. What else is stuff going to? Taking roads and some other things out of the equation here, Counselor, what are some of the crap things that we're spending money on that unfortunately are going to be going through?
Yeah, so I mean, you touch on a big part of it, right? IMPD, public safety, they get a bunch of it, but it's these elevation grants, it's the homeless initiatives, it's house repair funds. There's a bunch of little
those
projects.
don't work because people hear that and they think, well, I want the homeless to get help and I want people to have their homes fixed up. Why is it bad?
So because we're not actually solving any of the problems. And that's one of the things that I kept on pulling out last night is that I tell everybody, go to Smart Indy, go to the data site. And I've got a whole page on there that shows homelessness hasn't changed in decades. We've kept the same amount of people. Aggravated assaults haven't gone down in decades. And those are the things that people see, they experience every day. When people are coming to the council, they're asking for stuff like, hey, how about we make economic investments in my side of town, which would be outside of the downtown area? Or how about you just clean up? How about a street sweeper comes through every now and then? Those are the things that people ask us for. But then you see, all these random programming dollars, like I mentioned, football teams or things of that nature that they think is reducing crime. But when you actually step back and look at the data, they'll match on national trends, right? So if you look at homicides and major violent crimes, nationally they're down 30%. They're down 30% in Indianapolis. But when you look at, like I said, aggravated assaults, we're seeing 7,500 of those a year, which is up tremendously.
Don't hear about that in the media.
No.
Don't hear that coming out of Hogsett's office.
And I always hear that, homicides are down, but they never tell you from where. And where is usually the record level that the same people were responsible for.
It is, and that's that 2020, 2021, they're down from that, a few years back. But this aggravated assault thing is what everybody should be paying attention to, because I'm talking, my data goes back to
I heard it.
95, and you go from 1995 until now, and there was, you probably had, 4,500, 5,000, less than 5,000, but now we're averaging 7,000 aggravated, and that's, gunshots or knife stabbings or, hit with a bat, things like that.
Well, then I would assume that the crime committee would be meeting on the regular, Counselor, to come up with ways to make Indy safer. But it's been brought to my attention that they don't like to meet. They cancel a lot of meetings. And when you do have meetings, they don't want to debate anything.
You're spot on. I mean, we canceled too. Not we, I say the chairman canceled. I'm asking that they happen. But the last couple we had, they were just all budgetary. So it was listening to the presentations, and the last one was just approving it. So it was a really short meeting. We never get in the business of actually creating ideas or listening to people who have new ideas to try and come up with solutions to these problems that we're
sounds
seeing.
Ridiculous when you say it out loud, doesn't it?
It does.
Like the safety committee of the council, well, we don't really get into ways to make things safe.
Let me just read from you the work from WIBC.com. And you tell me exactly kind of what this means. Republicans accuse Democrats of cutting off debate. The tensions boiled over when Democrats moved to, quote, call the question, a procedural step that ends debate and forces a vote. Do you know what does this sound familiar?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So this is where it all kind of came to a head.
Yes, a part of it. There was a few times it kind of escalated. So what happens is everybody generally wants to explain their rationale for whether they're voting or not voting for the budget. And we had gotten through maybe 18 of the counselors, and Counselor Gibson says, I want to call to question. So what that means is that we have to stop what we're doing, and then everybody votes. All the counselors vote. All right, we're just going to stop talking about this proposal. And this proposal was the full budget. And so then there were still people that wanted to talk. Even Democrats wanted to talk. And the majority of the Democrats, because Republicans said, no, we're not calling to question. They said, yes, call to question, meaning stop the debate. So we then have to force a vote on the budget.
Did he have dinner plans? Did he needed to get out of there a little early?
Right. Feels like this was an important night at the council when you're rolling out the budget. And if you're calling for no more chat on the budget, it seems a little counterproductive.
It's 100% counterproductive. That is the most important thing that we do as counselors is pass this budget. And he put up the idea, right? And then he had a majority of counselors back him and say, yeah, we're good. The public doesn't need to know your opinion.
Has there been any conversations, going back to the crime thing, because I think that's such a hot topic in the city right now. The last time you were in studio, we talked about how they decided to say no more debate on crime. Since then, we've had 5 homicides in a 24-hour period. We've been on the national stage for a number of reasons. You know, the Sanchez thing has so many different layers to it.
The guy that was arrested 99 times, that stabbed the person at the gas station, that made national headlines.
Any other conversations taking place? Do they want to address this at all?
In the committee level, I have not seen. So what you get when you have these big meetings like we had last night, every Monday, you get an introduction of proposals. And the introductions that were coming in for this coming month, they're all appointments. So we're just reappointing people to boards that exist. There's no new proposal that says this is what we're going to do to start making something safer. The proposal that was tabled for the curfew violations about the fines and penalties, that hasn't come back up yet, so we're not going to have that in committee this next month. Unless he has, some special guest that he wants to invite and put on the agenda, him being Leroy Robinson, the chairman, unless he puts that on the agenda and we get that a week beforehand. Right now, there's just an appointment to a board for that committee.
Like, I know Republicans and Democrats will have different points of view, and Jesse Brown is the socialist, and he's got his own. But for the most part, do your Democrat colleagues on the council feel like crime is not that big of a deal in Indianapolis? Are they okay with it? Do they think people like us are making too much of a big deal of it when we say that our homicide rate per capita is higher than Chicago's?
They quote that 30% number over and that's all you hear out of them is, well, it's down 30%. And what they're talking about is homicide. And what I try to remind, and I really got into it last night when tensions start to rise, is look at these other numbers. And that is indicative of what's actually happening, not in just the downtown part, in the rest of Indianapolis. And then they justify means, oh, we got this study going on, we're doing that, we're doing this, but it's the facts are showing it's not getting any better. You have all the stuff on the news every day, and they're not just saying it because they want to say it, but they justify it with some 30% reduction number that they just parrot over and over again.
Michael Paul Hart is our guest. City County Council meeting was last night. The city approves a $1.7 billion 2026 budget. Last thing here before we let you go. What the hell is an urban forest? Because I heard you were rolling out some plan for urban forests last night. And Nigel, to me, this sounds like something from the Peterman catalog in Seinfeld. There's the urban sombrero, there's the urban forest. What is this?
Yeah, so what it is essentially there's been a group coming to the city council for years, every single month, and they're looking to preserve basically forests that exist within the county. And I happen to have one within my district that's 100 acres and older than America. Okay. And to me, it's a community asset that it's privately owned right now. The folks want to sell it, and I see a better use for it being a nature preserve, right? But it also gets referred to as an urban forest. Well, what I did is I put out a proposal to say, all right, well, the Democrats have been saying for years, too, that they want to support these urban forests, nature preserves, things of that nature. I said, well, let's take $2 million from the Elevation Grant program that I don't think is working because crime's not going down, and let's move $2 million to then purchase one of these forests, so that way we can have a community asset that I know if we spend $2 million of taxpayer dollars, we at least have a nature preserve that people can go use, that can help attract housing development, that can bring economic development to the east side. And that was the intent behind it. The second intent was to show that we can amend this budget, which in 6 years, nobody's put forth an amendment to the budget. Everybody says, oh, it's too hard, it's too hard. I said, well, here's an example. Here's how it's done. And then it put them in a hard spot because they've been wanting to put money towards the forest, but they had to say no to all the forest people because they wanted to go ahead and keep funding these programs for
what if somebody sells that property and then somebody could come in there and just start building high-rise apartments and stuff like that?
They'd have to go through the zoning process,
but
and all that, but it'd most likely be industrial type of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, though. You kind of put the ball in the court of the Democrats, who are usually all in on nature and forest and things of that nature, and you put them in a position to give them a middle finger.
Pretty much.
Okay, well done. Well done. Urban Forest. It does sound like, though, like an Enya cover band, doesn't? Like, if you're going to some, like, festival, a tribute to Enya, Urban Forest. What's coming up on your docket here? What are some things we can keep an eye on?
Yeah, for me, it's Smart Indie right now. I've got an event next week on the 15th down in Fountain Square, where I've got folks who are doing housing and homelessness prevention in the community that are leading that aren't using city dollars to get it done. And so there's 4 of those folks that are going to talk to us for 90 minutes. We're going to record it. We're going to have a great group out there just to bring these ideas, because these are the same folks I've tried to bring to committee that committee chairs won't have. So I said I'll host my own thing in the public and try and generate some ideas from the good folks of Indianapolis.
Seems like a lot of these committee chairs don't want to talk about things. Like, you're there, we're not, but just the vibe I'm getting seems like a lot of these committee chairs would rather be doing literally anything else other than chairing a committee.
Let's follow the script for them. That's the problem.
Michael Paul Hart, thank you so much.
Buddy.
My pleasure.
Matt Baer, what's going on with our roads?
Crash southbound 65 on the south side of South 11 Road. It's right shoulder that's closed right now. A car is in a ditch and they're trying to fish him out right now. A big old crane is sitting there on the shoulder. Southbound 6570 stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split because of construction. Eastbound 70 slow, but just a 1-minute delay from Weston to the south split. Inbound 65 not looking horrible at the moment. Slow from 21st down to Meridian, and south side eastbound 465 stop and go traffic after 31 over to Emerson. Traffic sponsored by 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. School has started, but summer temps are still here. Stay cool with 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, 24/7 availability and free second opinions. Book now at 1hourindy.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
On the YouTube chat, Ethan Hatcher, host of Saturday Night on the Circle, I think an urban forest is what they call an unshaved floozy in the city. That's a strong take, Ethan. And you know me, I'm a sucker for the word floozy. Well played. Right now, sun starting to peek out through the clouds. 74 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Are you okay with this? That is next.
Oh, man, the Fed just sounded the alarm, and the stock market is dangerously overvalued. So if your retirement savings are all tied up in the market, this could be the smart time to protect and grow your savings outside of Wall Street. One option gives you a 20% upfront bonus, and it has a competitive return that's averaged 10% annually for the past 10 years.
If you've not yet got the ball rolling on your retirement, what are you waiting for? Bill Demery, my retirement guy, your retirement guy, based here in Indy. Set up a free meeting with him, and he will walk you through the process of how you could invest $200,000 and turn that into $264,000 in 1 year. Call Bill Demery today. Set up that first free meeting. 317-648-5120. 648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy, 317-648-5120.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months, No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
Hammer, a 28-year-old woman in Florida was arrested after she threw dozens of tampons on her ex-boyfriend's lawn.
You sure it wasn't Tim Walz?
But I actually think she backed her truck up into Tim Walz's driveway and procured the tampons from him.
Emptied his trash can right into the back of her truck.
She'd also painted them red so that it looked like they were used.
Oh, Lord.
Remember this drop from Family Guy? It kind of reminded me about it.
Close your purse. I can see your tampons. And why do you need 6? What happens to you?
Are you okay with this? Any of this?
No.
Whatsoever?
Not at all. Although there's a little bit of me that can appreciate the vindictiveness and the pettiness of this woman. Like, okay, if you want to do the tampon dump, that's fine. But to paint them red, like to go the next,
that takes some time.
Yeah, to go next level and paint them red so that guy thinks, my God, those are bloody. That is a level of pettiness that I can almost appreciate.
Are you okay with this? Fox News says there are videos circulating on TikTok, of all places, and Instagram featuring quote-unquote doctors saying that once frozen, a slice of bread becomes completely different and 10 times healthier than it was before you froze it. Here's a clip from one of the videos, though they do admit it's only slightly healthier.
When bread is frozen, some of its starch changes into something called resistant starch. Your body digests it more like fiber than sugar, and toasting it, that can slightly lower its glycemic index. And yes, small studies back that up. But this isn't a miracle hack. The real
Are you okay with this, and do you believe it? Do you buy it? And do you freeze your bread?
No, I do not freeze my bread because I'm not a weirdo.
We freeze our bread sometimes if we have an extra loaf.
Okay, if you have an extra one and you want to bring it out later, yes. But like if you're currently using that loaf of bread, it's not in the freezer, right?
No.
You don't have to thaw it out. Well, I might make a PB&J here in about 3 hours, so I'm going to get the bread out. No, we don't do that.
No, we don't do that.
What was it called? Resistant starch?
Yeah, something like that.
So the next video I'm going to do on our social media is I'm going to get my frozen resistance bread out, and I'm just going to resist, and spin around like Trump did on stage with my resistance bread.
One more here real quick.
Resist!
Can I get some mood music, Allison, please? Rush!
Okay.
The band Rush is back for a 50-something anniversary tour next year. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson going to be joined by this German drummer. It's a chick. She jams. She's unbelievable, and she's sitting in for the late Neil Peart. So Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson posted on Instagram about it.
My bass tech had been on tour with Jeff Beck, and he had been working with this drummer named Annika Niles, talented and powerful. And
She's
this
killer.
is going to be fun. I love the idea of being able to wander over to you, wander over to the drummer, and just be a bass player. So I think we will find ourselves adding a keyboard player.
It will be very liberating for you, and we can start working on the dance routines.
Okay, so are you okay with this? The Rush going back out on tour without the legendary Neil Peart on the drums?
You know, normally an older rock band going back out on the road, you know, I'm not necessarily against it, you know, good for them. But if you're telling me they got a rockin' chick drummer, there's something about a rockin' chick drummer. Like Lenny Kravitz has a rockin' chick drummer, and she's awesome. Carlos Santana, I think it might be his wife.
Yeah.
She sits back there and just jams on the drums. Chick drummers are kick-ass, man.
I saw Rush front row down in Austin when I was down there back in 2008 or so. Front row. Unbelievable show. Don't know if it'll be the same with Neil Peart, but it sounds like Geddy Lee is not going to be standing behind the keyboard anymore either. He'll be able to walk around.
Okay. All right. Hey, you want to do a really, really dumb idea?
I thought that's all we've been doing all show. That's what this whole show's been.
It's time for Caller Roulette.
Oh, no.
Now, here's the deal. I'm going to pick new people, okay? If I don't recognize your name, I'm coming to you first. So as much as we love Larry and some of these other folks, I ain't coming to you, okay? I want some fresh blood in this thing.
Okay.
I want a fresh group of people on the YouTube chat.
We can
and
talk
I'm looking
about
for some
whatever you
fresh, fresh callers here. Anything goes. If you want to talk about the Mark Sanchez story, if you want to talk about government shutdown, the council meeting last night, if you want to ask Allison out for a date to a pumpkin patch, anything goes. Whatever you want to do, just keep it radio clean, okay? Doesn't have to be, you know, G, but PG-13 is where we're going here. And keep it brief. That's all we ask. 239-9393. Now, if you've called before and gotten on the air, don't call. But everybody else, this is like it's open mic night for new people here today. 239-9393. A little caller roulette coming up right after the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Victims they choose to remember. Radar has cleared up for now, but it's cloudy and 74 on Monument Circle. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:30.
No matter what it takes.
That's the sound of people in Tel Aviv holding their national memorial ceremony of October 7th families, remembering the victims of the Hamas attacks on that day in 2023. Around 30,000 people attended today's memorial. What will it take to end the government shutdown? House Speaker Mike Johnson saying earlier today they'll need cooperation from the Democrats.
Real pain is being felt by real people around this country because Chuck Schumer and the Democrats over here are playing political games.
And here's the response to that from Democrat Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
After weeks of asking Trump and Republican leaders to negotiate, yesterday Trump told reporters he's already talking to Democrats. Well, that's not true. But Leader Jeffries and I are happy to make it true.
3 Democrats are on board with the group spending legislation. 5 more votes from across the aisle are needed, though, considering that Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul stands alone as the sole Republican in opposition to the bill. Paychecks are supposed to start being affected this week. What about the back pay of federal workers? Fox's Jared Halpern has more on that.
In a reversal of longstanding policy, a memo from the White House Budget Office suggests back pay for federal workers furloughed during the government shutdown is not guaranteed. Is part of legislation signed following a weeks-long shutdown in 2019.
I would say it depends on who we're talking about.
President Trump says while he'll ensure most people are taken care of, he warns some don't deserve to be taken care of.
I can tell you this, the Democrats have put a lot of people in great risk and jeopardy.
The administration has also warned a lengthy government shutdown will lead not just to furloughs, but layoffs of federal workers. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Democrat Andre Carson is blasting the Trump administration for canceling a major infrastructure grant for the Indianapolis International Airport valued at $6.7 million. It was intended for a solar power battery storage facility at the airport, home to the largest airport-based solar farm in the world. Carson calls this move political. And the Indiana Donor Network Foundation will host its annual Walk to Save Lives this Saturday along the downtown canal. The walk honors organ donors and celebrates the life-saving gift of donation. This year, the mother of donor Vishal Soni will meet one of her son's recipients for the first time. The ceremony begins at 9:45 in the morning at Fairbanks Hall. And with traffic now, here's Matt Baer.
All right, John, southbound 6570 stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split because of construction. It's a 3-minute delay. Northwest side, northbound 465 slow from 86th Street to 865. Westbound 465 tight from 31 past Michigan Road. Eastbound 465 traffic is stop and go Keystone Avenue over to I-69. West side southbound 465 slow from West 38th past Crawfordsville Road. Crash south side southbound 65 at Stomp 11 Road. It's on the right shoulder. Vehicle in a ditch. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing. Get an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We'll keep a spotty shower chance in play through early Tuesday night. Breezy winds will also continue. Skies will eventually decrease through the overnight hours as lows fall to around 50 degrees. Wednesday will feel a whole lot better with fall-like air returning and plenty of sunshine to go around with light winds. High temperatures by Wednesday afternoon only in the upper 60s. Thursday, chilly start to the day expected with low temperatures that morning in the low 40s, and then by Thursday afternoon, highs only the mid-upper 60s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Buckle up. Anything can happen here.
Oh, hell yeah. Let it ride. Let it ride.
Hammer and Nigel present Caller Roulette.
Responsible radio shows have their producer screen out your call and get every last detail. What do you want to talk about? Make sure your radio's turned down. Keep it brief. All we get is a name. That's all we're doing here.
That's all we need.
We fly by the seat of our pants. This could be the best thing ever in the history of broadcasting or a total turd. Place your bets accordingly. But if you're on hold right now, keep it brief. Don't swear. Let's rock and roll. Joel is up next. Joel, what do you want to talk about?
Hey, guys. Love the show so much. This may be a nerdy question, but could you, break down how you guys come up with this show? And, do you guys have a meeting beforehand of, what hour you're going to talk about stuff? Or just kind of, your behind-the-scene process?
Sure. Nige?
Our offices are right next to each other. I email, it's really easy. I email Hammer everything that I see that I want to talk about. He puts it all down in linear fashion, segment by segment, and that's it. It's just kind of notes and stuff.
Right. We have a sheet in front of us, and if you're on the YouTube cab, you'll see me have a sheet.
It's called the rundown or the template. Or
right.
Whatever. We call it the rundown.
Each segment, we highlight what we want to talk about and any audio clips that we have. Right, and we try to make everything flow together as to where it makes sense.
Yeah.
We edit our own audio.
You're very good at that. That's where you come in.
Thank you.
I send as many emails and stories as I can to Hammer and try to make it as easy for him to just copy and paste and put it on the paper and we just kind of loosely follow that. It's nothing. It's no secret. It's no maybe other shows do it differently. I don't know how other shows do it.
There's not a script. Yeah. There's no teleprompter. We have notes on what we want to talk about and audio clips.
And then we line up guests.
Yeah. And that's it. We know when our commercial breaks are, and even though sometimes we get a little carried away and miss those spots, Allison yells at us, and we make it up later on. So that's it. We get to the office at about 10:30, 10:40-ish every day. I jump on with Rob for a segment on his show.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, we're just kind of working on our show, and we have a little offices area in the back.
Having the offices right next to each other helps.
Yep.
It was never mind. We can tell the story. We shared an office up until COVID, right? And then the middle office was open next to us. And like 9 months into COVID, our boss Matt comes in and says, "Hey Nigel, we're going to need you to move to the middle office." And I go, "Why?" He goes, "Well, COVID."
Everybody had moved on from it at this point. It was 9 months later.
Yeah, it was 9 months later, and I'm like, "You're just now getting around to telling me?" So Hammer and I aren't.
They wanted us both to get sick and die, and when that didn't happen, well, we're stuck with them. Might as well move Nige to the other office. It didn't work. But thank you for the question, Joel. Ed is up next. Ed, what do you want to talk about?
Hey, guys. I want to talk to you guys about wrestling, specifically Indiana wrestling. Not wrestling, but wrestling, like the Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Indiana's one of the only states that we have one division. It's not like what they did to basketball in this state. Back when basketball was great, we had one state champ instead of multiple state champs. Another thing is these kids sacrifice like no other sport in the world. I just wish that they could get some credit and some notoriety for what happens around state time. And I tell these kids, there's only 2 sports that may save your life that you'll do in high school: swimming and wrestling. Those are the only 2 that the rest of these sports are stuff you're never going to do again. And I'm sorry, little Johnny's not going to make it to the majors. Little Johnny's not going to go to the NBA. But if you get your kids wrestling early and get them going, not only are they not going to get bullied, I get tired of, little Johnny's getting bullied. Of course he's getting bullied because he's a puss. And he doesn't do anything but throw a baseball. You know what I mean? Teach your kids. There's a certain thing when you walk in the room and you know that guy across from you can hold you down indefinitely and do whatever he wants to you.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of respect. And I just encourage parents to put down the balls and start wrestling, man. Because like I said, little Johnny's not going to the majors.
Okay, interesting perspective.
Trying to sell parents on getting their kids into wrestling instead of.
He makes good points,
softball.
Valid points.
Yeah.
My high school, Beech Grove, very good wrestling history. Like they've put state champions through, and they've had a great wrestling program. And I don't know if he's still the coach, but one of the state champions in Beech Grove was the head wrestling coach at UIndy for a little while.
Kidding.
It's a big South Side thing, man. But you're right. Wrestlers and swimmers always have the best bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And you get to eat, like, garbage, if you're a swimmer at least, right? Because you got to keep the calories flowing.
Right. I mean, look what Michael Phelps, his calorie intake was per day when he was in his prime.
It was thousands of
right.
thousands.
It's ridiculous. Great point, though. I think football does teach you a little life skill, though, because you might have to tackle somebody at some point. And the baseball kids carry bats, so they got that going for them. John is up next. John, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, love your guys' show. Also love watching you get Botox at coaches here on my wife and I were on YouTube. Man. Loved it. Hey, real quick, guys, I know you guys are busy. Hey, when you guys had that councilman on, you should have asked him how much of that damn budget money went to Hogshead alcohol. That budget money looks like a big wash.
There's a second budget for that, I believe.
They just use that money out of petty cash. It's a petty cash.
Which has been drained for years. Years.
How is that Botox feeling? You looking good there, buddy?
So they said it would take like 7 days for it to take effect, right?
Yeah, for those of you listening, about this time last Friday, you were getting little Botox from a professional Botox injection.
Yes, the NV Spa in New Pal.
That's what you call it.
They gave me Botox on my my big 5 head here, my forehead. Do I look like I've got less wrinkles? Like they said I wouldn't see results until like 7 days, I think.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
No wrinkles.
So this isn't even prime yet.
She was sticking it in your eyebrows, and that looked painful.
Yeah.
And women pay for that crap.
She was hot, so I allowed it. But no, they did a great job, and I've got to have a follow-up session to make sure everything looks right with them, which I have scheduled. But so many people have came up to me. I was at the Colts game on Sunday, and somebody came up to me and the coupon lady, "Hey, man, the forehead looks great." Got to be honest, never in my life did I think somebody would come up to me at a Colts game, "Hey, man, That forehead looking damn good.
I never thought I'd be on a show. Never in my life thought I'd be on a show where my co-host would get Botox live on the said show.
Let's go to Ken. Ken, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Howdy, fellers.
Hey, buddy.
All right, I want to talk about the alligator Alcatraz, pretty please.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm a big fan of the alligator Alcatraz, and I'm tired of these environmentalists whining and crying. So I thought maybe there's got to be a site somewhere that I could adopt a crocodigator and help them out.
Oh, I know what you're doing, like they do with flamingo sometimes.
You can sponsor an alligator.
Right. And
alligator Alcatraz in Florida, of course, is where they're holding all the people that are being deported.
Right. It's an ICE detention center, and it's basically surrounded by a swamp, basically, of gators.
Yes.
I'm with you, Ken.
Don't know if there's a...
If you find out, let me know, and I will sponsor a gator.
Put Allison on this and find me a site. I really just want the T-shirt that says I supported alligator Alcatraz. You could take my $39.95 a month or whatever.
Gators are expensive.
I just want to hear any Sarah McLachlan, nothing like that.
All right.
You got it, man.
Thanks,
this
buddy.
year for the Salvation Army Radiothon, maybe we can say, hey, if anybody kicks in an extra $10 this hour, it'll go to sponsor a gator down at Alligator Alcatraz. A couple left here. Let's go to John. John, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Well, hello. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Hey, I like your guys' show. Hey, it's not my birthday. I'm not looking for birthday wishes. I got a lot of that from some coworkers. I work in healthcare, but anyway, I just want to thank my mom and dad for 9 months prior to that. You know, but without them, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
That's all.
Your mama and your papa doing the hibbity-dibbity is why you're here calling us today, man.
You get any more details? Were they in the car, in the back seat of the sedan, or were they...
That's funny. They you mentioned that. They were in my grandmother's bedroom while she was on vacation.
Oh, man. All right.
Oh, yeah.
You know an awful lot about how you were conceived, sir. I know nothing.
Well, I just want to say thank you guys for your time. You guys rock.
Thank you, John. Yeah, I know nothing, nor do I want to ask about how I was conceived. Could be at just a regular bedroom, could be in a clown car. I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Woody gets the last word here. Woody, what do you got, brother?
Radio Indiana, WIBC, Indianapolis.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I love that. Why don't you guys bring that back and have Terry Stacy announce it?
Ooh, okay.
I came downtown for a big birthday celebration last Friday night. I was never more disgusted. There were guys yelling, thugs on each corner, yelling back and forth, and urination in the corners of the building. It'll be a long
Welcome
time
to the party, Bal.
Yeah.
$4.
How often do you come downtown, Woody?
Well, I tell you, it's I go to that 808 South Meridian quite often, but I don't come downtown for the steak dinner anymore ever again.
Okay, because it's kind of a common sight. Like, you walk around the circle long enough, you're going to see somebody taking a leak. You're going to see feces. You're probably going to see some needles. And it's a shame because, again, I love Indy. When it's right, it's one of the best, bigger yet still smaller cities in America. But, man, there's a lot of stuff we got to clean up. I'm with you on that, Woody. Thank you, brother. Hey, good run of calls there, Nigel.
Very successful.
We'll take that. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month.
And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Man, guys, if you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you, it could be low T. So you got to take some action now with Synergen X. And Low T Center can help reclaim that energy with a quick and simple free T test. Just visit a local Synergen X or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone that's never compounded like the other clinics. They're experienced providers increasing your testosterone to the level that is right and unique just for you.
So if your energy is slipping away, it really could be low testosterone. So take action today. Synergen X and Low T Center. They offer a quick, free T test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized by experts just for you. Most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting. Schedule at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations.
Wanda's been in real estate. I've been in construction.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me.
James followed through on what he said.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield and Common Threads has teamed up with the Indiana Fever to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies, Inc.
At Price Point Comfort, we're here to keep your home cozy and comfortable, and we'll always have your best interests at heart.
Just go to PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Snap it. Send it. Hear it. Your photos, your video, your voice on WIBC. Join the text club by texting WIBC to 317-239-9393.
All right, Matt Bear, let's get people where they need to be.
All right, Hammer, eastbound 465 slow from Keystone 269. Southbound 6570, 2-minute delay, north split to the south split because of construction. South side, southbound 65 at stop 11, car to ditch, right shoulder closed, no delay. And on the west side, crash on the off tip from southbound 465 238th Street. Right lane of the exit ramp is blocked, also the Gore Point. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
74 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Nigel, we're 2 thumbs up on the YouTube chat away from getting the 200. Just need 2 people.
Come on.
2 awesome, sexy Hoosiers with firm athletic thighs and a rockin' bod. Or somebody fat with back fat and man boobs. Either one. Just 2 people. WIBC's YouTube chat. That gets us to 200.
I prefer cottage cheese thighs, actually.
Did you watch the end of the Monday Night Football game last night?
I was dead asleep. Are you kidding me? Come on.
The Chiefs went down to the Jacksonville Jags. Everybody in the AFC South won this past weekend. Used to be the worst division in football. Now teams are starting to play a little bit better. This is the Colts division. Jacksonville won on a final play where Trevor Lawrence gets tripped up, falls twice, still has time, gets up and runs for a touchdown. It wasn't the final play, but it left like 20-something seconds. Take a listen.
Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville.
He was able to score. Oh, man. One of the more exciting one-yard touchdowns.
The dude took the snap, fell down, and the Chiefs players, they're just standing around like goons.
They must have thought that he was down.
And he just gets up and runs in for the touchdown. And if you know what Trevor Lawrence looks like, you'll appreciate this. Here was his celebratory interview after the game.
Congratulations to you. Things look kind of rough out there today.
But, just like I told the guy on ABC, danger is my business.
He's got a little Jeff Spicoli to him, doesn't he?
A little bit, tiny bit.
Got a little bit of Jeff Spicoli to him there. I hate that the Colts kicker is out for the year.
I know.
Freaking Raiders taking out our
Bummer.
kicker last week. So look forward to the Colts making that announcement of who they're going to sign for the rest of the season moving forward. We got one more hour to go. Come back.
Hammer and Nigel show, we don't use anything other than American Standard heating and air equipment because American Standard heating and air built to a higher standard. It's as simple as that. There are tons of great local independent American Standard dealers right here in Central Indy.
How about Family Heating and Air, the Morris family and their staff ready to hook you up this fall? You could call Rachel, Marcus, or Malia today to make sure your system is ready for the fall weather ahead. Family Heating and Air always encourages you to call them for a free second opinion. If you've already got a quote from another heating and air company and feel something isn't right, call Family, because nobody takes care of you like Family. I've called Family before. I talked to Malia. Great customer service. 317-577-8077. 317-577-8077. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Neighborhoods are